Oh.
I want an animal.
He's our little permanent puppy.
I want a bundle of
I know.
fur.
Captain's 11.
Captain's 11?
Bruce is
Wow.
14.
Oh wow.
All right.
Oh, we've
He's a good little boy.
I think we might be
Hi, we're
live.
talking
This is
about
different, but I like it.
Wait, are we live?
Yeah.
Quick,
hello.
Charisse, don't say anything that will get us cancelled.
Say everything that'll get us cancelled.
I've been good for how long now?
Very good.
I've
Yeah.
been a good girl. And
it'll
not
be-
saying bad things.
I think it'll be between us two and Rain that will get us cancelled, to be
Yeah.
honest.
So yeah, aside from the output video size, I'm happy with it. You can see if you open up the stream, the borders on the left and the right are, because my video card is dumb. You can see here, but if you put it in landscape, it's a little bit better. But yeah, so aside from the smaller screen, I might be able to actually fix that.
But if there's any problems with audio or anything, guys, please tell us.
We beg of you. Wow, we have 6
Yeah,
viewers already.
please.
Yeah, please tell
That's
us.
great for the start. Like,
Yeah,
holy smokes. We never have that many when we hop on.
but so yeah, if there's any problems with audio or anything, just kind of let us know. We're trying to get everything back up and running.
Oh, and by the way, for new follower Ashrael, hello. How are you doing? That's the
Hey.
nice blooming lady.
Nice blooming lady.
Perfume lady.
Lady, thank you.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been telling them
Welcome
all
to the
about
chaos.
you. We'll send stuff to you eventually.
I have some ideas. We just need to sit down and
Just need to
confirm my ideas.
But if you're here, hello. And
Oh, hi, puppy. No, that's my pizza. But I don't remember where last session started.
Dana's trial.
Dana's trial. Oh, we went through all of Dana's trial. This has been so long, Doku. It's been so long.
Wait, so
Yeah,
because I actually
hold on.
remember it also. If you want me to do the recap.
You can do definitely the recap of the trial because I don't remember the fight part.
Oh,
I was too busy
so-
trying to think through everything else.
So basically, Dana got put on trial for burning down a wedding of a pedophile. Lot to absorb there, but it's accurate.
That's,
And
yeah, that's completely accurate. That's the best part.
and so for her trial, she got trial by combat. So she shows up to this arena. It's like a war of attrition style combat. Basically, you do one round of a fight, and then you get a rest to some degree. Then you have another fight, and then a rest, and then another fight. And well, there were 3 fights. So that's about that. But for the first fight, it was she was fighting 2. It was 2 or 3, I think 2 ice wolves, and it was very standard. The second fight was a bit different. There was water around the map, and it was all of your attacks do half damage. So the easiest way to win is to knock someone into one of the pools of water. But Dana went, and being Dana, just decided, screw that, I'm just gonna kick the shit out of this chick. Who tried to kill Dana with fire, who, for those of you who have been watching for a bit, know Dana is very well versed in fire. So that did not end well.
Yeah, something about the wedding that you burned down.
Yeah. And then for the final fight, Dana was fighting a cross between a Warforged and an Owlin using mechanical wings that Dana fucking invented.
And it was also that Warforged was one
We didn't
that
have all the
in an
Mhm.
earlier session, Kidis kind of just dropped into like created a hole and just dropped it in there because we didn't have to fight it.
I don't want to deal with you. It's time for the timeout hole.
Basically,
The timeout hole.
That sounds like an
Also-
amazing idea.
Sounds like a ska band, honestly.
Also, this is the same guy. This is the same guy that gave Cedar the scar over her eye.
so sorry.
And
So
then,
just ignore this piece of crap.
and so Dana was fighting this Owlin Warforged, who at first had heavy armor and was only after the fact we found out was only taking half damage from all of her attacks. And then once he shed his armor, he had 2 more arms, giving him a total of 4 attacks. but he was now
General
taking
Grievous.
full damage from all of her attacks. And it was neck and neck in the final bit. Dana had 7 health, he had 13. And she ended up losing. So that's the end of Dana. Because there is no way to bring her back, as the Fae that ran the arena basically absorbed Dana. And so as the Owlin Warforged was winning, Dana snapped her fingers, did something that y'all will find out in a bit, and 2 of the Warforged arms fell off.
And
And
then
then
Warforged.
the Owlin Warforged killed the purple Fae Queen that used to be Dana's Fae Queen.
Also,
which,
it's the concept of
Rude.
war.
yeah, well, war and peace, but yes.
War.
Oh, and peace. That's great.
And so hypothetically, upon the death of this Fae Queen, a rift opened up in which the entire party and one cloaked figure entered.
And
Aside from Dana, for obvious reasons, because dead.
Kidis did not mean to walk in. She got controlled by her freaking hag deal.
And when Kidis got kind of sucked into the rift, then Cedar and Gale were like, ah, crap, and just dove in, and we're like, the kid,
We have to save the child.
the child.
And so then, this is where I do remember,
I wonder why.
because everything went a little off.
This is where we had a heart attack and realized, okay, so we're doing this. In the
So,
words of Hamilton.
yeah.
Nice.
So, we walked in, and it's in a completely different area.
Now keep talking.
Thank
Something
you.
in your
No,
hair.
but I don't know what to my hair.
There's like a crumb.
Hey, it's
I'm
chaotic.
sorry.
Chaotic is
Chaotic.
partially here.
Hello,
love
chaotic.
you. But,
I'm hydrating.
so,
How is the pregnancy? How is the baby?
It's the
Usually-
the Procranonants.
You never seen the Pregananant?
The do-do-do
Yep,
phenomenon.
the Procranonants. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, how's the procrastination going?
I'm going to continue on my a recap. So we walked in, and it's like this, like kind of like dungeon area, and then there's a Dana standing there, but she's not scarred, and she's not doesn't look super traumatized.
She's
She
wearing
has
white.
both of
She's
her eyes.
a white. She's probably still traumatized, but she
Doesn't look traumatized. Our Dana looks traumatized.
and so then Kidis and Cedar were like, ah. And then Kidis was like, I'm gonna poke it. And Cedar's like, no, you're not poking it. And Kidis like, I'm gonna poke it. Because I thought maybe an apparition. No, not an apparition. She got roundhouse kicked into next week.
Lesson we learned today: apparitions cannot roundhouse.
So,
That you know.
so we discovered, and so then Dana, and this is when we realized what we were getting into. Dana called Cedar Shrike, and we're like,
Shrek.
oh, Shrike.
Sorry, it sounded like you said Shrek. I'm sorry. That's not.
Did you call your character Shrek?
I will.
What
put you
are
over
you
your
doing in my dungeon?
I will.
Cedar, just give me one donkey. Just one.
I want to jump out the window. Can I jump out the window?
No, because this is just like
No, because you can fly. It won't do anything different.
Well, I said me, not Cedar.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's totally
I
fine.
wish I could fly.
But in any case, so we're like, oh, okay. And then Cedar had a little mini panic, and Kenneth was just like, well, this is different. Can I poke you, Dana? And Dana's like, sure. And so she went, poke. Did not get roundhouse kick. Poke, poke, poke. And just kept going around, walking around Dana, just kind of going, poke. And Dana proceeded to not roundhouse kick again. So everything went well. She was just like, okay, so this Dana does not hate me.
That you know.
Yeah.
Not
I
yet.
didn't hate you either.
The original wouldn't let me use her.
You have an entire session together, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And Gail was acting weird. Gail was acting weird. Cedar, I had to use my my escape room skills to open a door. And
Yeah.
I did.
Well, there was more to it than
There was
that.
more to it than that, but
By the way,
escape room.
so then Candace also does not remember all the deals. She doesn't have Philo or anything.
She doesn't remember Philo.
She doesn't. I didn't remember Philo, and that was devastating to learn. But the only deal she
still
has is
devastated.
with her Fey Queen, which means that she's now a lot less stressed and having a lot more fun.
Oh, and we're
It's
back
an
in
alien
time.
concept.
And we,
Yeah,
so we
we're
discovered we're
1,300
back
years in the past.
How many?
1,300.
1,300 years in the past, and so we did this little escape room thing. I did a Rubik's Cube that was supposed to shock me, and it didn't. And we went through books, and Kidda stole some books. By the way, Doku, you need to text me what books I actually stole, because I know it was something about like ancient magics and stuff like that, and magics that don't exist now.
And Cedar condoned said, she was like, yeah, no, put it in the bag. We'll read them later.
And so my hope is that I will keep these books when we travel back to the future.
Back to the future.
Dun.
I didn't finish building them, but I will message them to you now.
Yay! So I stole some books, and so then we opened door, and right now we're trying to decide if Dana and Weird Gale are trying to kill us.
Well, yeah, and
It's
so on
like
top
weird
of that,
Gale.
so on top of that, they were saying, what's going on with Gale, and Dana goes and responds, well, I don't know, what's wrong with our resident warlock, and shocks both of them because they're used to Gale being a cleric.
Cedar was like, I'm sorry, the what?
Yeah.
And so we're now like sitting here like, okay. And so then Cedar's having a whole panic, and Kiddish is just like, whatever you say, Shrike.
And Cedar went, don't you heckin' dare. It was so funny. Cedar snapped out of her panic long enough to be like, child, I swear.
Kiddish is so much more relaxed now without all her deals and problems. I mean, she still has problems, but not nearly as many.
It's such an alien concept. I don't know what you're talking about.
Stressed?
All right.
What?
Yeah.
Not being stressed? What is that?
Oh,
I'm in
I totally want to learn the spell.
Oh dear. I'm
Oh no.
No.
What? What do you mean?
No. It's going,
When Doku has too much time on his hands.
Later.
That's rude.
So yeah, we may be looking at a TPK here, guys. So welcome
Mhm.
aboard. Strap yourselves in.
No.
I'll give you a clue to the book she found. I added lunar cycles to the game that I'm now keeping track of.
The moon. We're
Moon
going to kill the
rooms.
moon.
But I can't wait to read these books and cause so many problems.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys, I believe we ended session with you guys solving the puzzle and potentially going open. Yeah, you guys were going to open the door.
So, anyway, I think you were opening the door.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
I don't think I was the one opening the door.
Right. Yeah, because I unlocked the door.
Yep.
So I guess I opened the door.
So you four begin to kind of travel through the door, and you hear the sound of just a static shift. As when you breach the threshold of the door, it's no longer Kittis, Cedar, White Dana, and Tempest.
White Dana.
There's so many Danas now. It's like Gandalf level Danas. All right, we're just going through it. Dana the White. I'm gonna reword that.
Dana the White.
I just renamed her in my in my notes. Dana the White.
She's no longer White Dana.
But you hear this almost dimensional shift as you breach the threshold of the door. On the other side is now Shrike, alternate Kittis, and Gale. And as Gale takes a breath to kind of go, this is strange. There are brand new people behind me. Two gigantic arms reach from behind him and grab him in a squeeze as he's lifted off the ground, his wings crushed between what feels like solid stone and these heavy arms as he's swung about repeatedly, almost in glee.
No, okay, no, don't like this at all. Okay, no, please no, please no, please no.
Kenneth just kind of sits down with her sword, and she's just like, okay.
Too much weird, too much weird.
And
What
just
is the issue now?
And just as you are lifted, you are just as quick set down with such force that your knees actually catch the ground and almost buckle a little bit. You're spun around with almost unhuman-like strength and shooken. And as you kind of come to, you're met with a familiar face. An old friend from the Abbey. You know her as Leah.
What the? Leah?
Buddy, it's
Hey!
7 years.
Yeah,
What the
hi!
fuck?
Okay, first of all, what happened to, what? I have so many questions!
Okay.
Like, the last time I saw you, you were getting excommunicated. What the heck is going on?
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. You know,
Hmm.
I did the thing at the monastery, got me excommunicated. And then I broke my oath of conquest. Oathbreaker now,
What?
that's the whole thing.
Okay, cool.
And I spent like 6 years just kind of hanging out at the just in the wild because you know the whole can communicate with nature thing. And so get this, and she looks at you. She like kind of does a once over, and well, I given your new look, I guess you already know. I met the fucking Fae.
Oh, so did we. Wait, you met the Fae as well?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
So
Cool.
and this line I'm very, very excited to use. She goes,
Good.
so you know, my Fae really affected me kind of weird. You know, way back when I was already gay as shit. But now, and she adjusts her armor more so that her right trap is showing. The fucking rainbow heals me, and you see this like chromatic gem over a scar just below her trap.
That is awesome. That is really, really cool.
So yeah, and she kind of like smacks you on the back of the head lightly and goes,
Hey!
I spent the last year chasing your ass around the planet.
Why? You didn't have to do that. Why are you chasing me?
I went back to the monastery after like 6 years because I was like, you know what? Maybe I can make amends. I want to see my buddy again. I miss my buddy. He was my bestest buddy. And well, I would like to think I was yours, but that's neither here nor there. And so I go back, and they actually speak to me, and they're like, "Yeah, no, he left like a couple days ago."
Yeah, Aerith sent me off on my my journey. You know, where you go out and you find your place in the world, and then you go back and you're like, huh, healer. That's been a whole thing. That's a really long story. I'll tell you about it when we get out of here.
We'll catch up later, but
Tempest,
Yeah.
are you done yet?
I'm bored.
Look, Tempest, do I not know something?
I don't know anybody called Tempest.
Right, I swear, if this makes me late for my date again, I'm going to kill you this time.
Look, that's not my fault. It's not my fault you and your emo boyfriend can't communicate and plan things ahead of time now.
Well, forgive me. You decided, hey, I need you for this job, and then decided to suck me into something that takes way more time than it should.
Look, I thought you would want to see a gladiator arena match.
I want to see a gladiator arena match, not the entirety of reality shifting and getting me
obviously didn't plan for that. You could have brought Reslin. I wouldn't have said no.
He's right now.
He's always busy.
And apparently, so are you. So next time, don't call me out when you decide to just bring me somewhere where I'm not supposed to be. Again.
And see, here I thought we could celebrate my new reign together.
No. Oh, no. Oh. You wanted me to congratulate you?
It's sarcasm, child.
Better learn how to use it better.
Wasting sarcasm on a fighter. Shouldn't have done that.
Wasting my time with a bitch.
Whoa. Okay.
So,
What is the holdup?
Gail, you're probably very confused because you see people that
Yeah.
look very similar to Kittis and Cedar, but they're acting completely different, and they're practically ignoring you and your existence.
Do we get to describe our characters?
Yeah, if you have tokens to put on too, you can. I put temporary
I don't have
ones on.
tokens, but
No worries.
that dress I sent in the Instagram chat, that if you could somehow put it up there so people know, because I really like the dress. I found it last night, and I really liked it.
And should I drop Leah's token?
Well, I was actually just gonna do that. Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
But so this, while y'all do that, this is what Leah looks like. Thank you,
Ooh.
Ava.
Let me wait, where?
Let me see.
With the maps. Where? Why is it so big? Why is the map so big? No. Can you go small, please?
Whoa.
Mhm.
She's cool.
Yeah.
Is she a
That's
furball?
awesome.
Yeah.
I love furballs.
She's so cute.
The
She is a
audible-
furball.
I love her. Oh my
How do I make this smaller? It's not making smaller. It just keeps.
Click command, click minus.
Command. Where's the fucking command?
That should make it smaller. I don't know why it's not.
Nah, that'll
That'll
work.
work for now. But
I gotta put more in.
Kittis is she has her signature space buns, and of course is still Shidarkai. Looks very, very nice, very, very well put together. But she has armor on and a giant sword, pink sword.
Nice.
And yeah, so she looks very, very nice, very, very clean like she normally does, but she's all armored up and just like giant sword. I love my giant sword.
Shrike looks very similar to Cedar. However, instead of the wings that Cadis gave her, she has her normal wings. There is no Argos. Eye color is the same, but whereas with Cedar's yellow eye, it's more the color of like sunlight during that like 5 o'clock golden hour. It's more of like cold metallic, like a pile of gold. And her outfit, instead of being either the regal, like celestial looking dress that she's been wearing for the celebrations recently, or her little academia getup, it's more of a kind of tight red number. Definitely not something you would think that Cedar would wear. And she's also wearing 2 tiefling horns on her head, as I am now. I'll probably take them off at some point because they keep trying to fall. And on the screen, you can see the outfit.
Mm-hmm. I love the outfit.
I love it too. It's definitely not something that OG Cedar would wear. Not comfy.
So yeah, that's what our characters look like.
Yeah.
But Kittis gets up and starts trying to walk around and be like, how about you use your big brain to figure out how to get us out?
I'm trying. Maybe if there wasn't someone yapping in my ear constantly, I could think better.
Maybe if you learned how to multitask, you could think and talk.
I love how it's a loving friend reunion and then 2 friends that just hate each other.
And,
the fact that we literally
The best
told
kind of
Mom,
friendship.
you're going to hear some horrible things. We're fine. Nobody is hurt.
Yet.
Yes.
So you are, as you kind of look around in the room, you kind of see the same style of room that you were just in. There are benches, there are chairs, there are wall sconces with torches. The torches are not lit, but there's just kind of a general ambient light here. The stonemason wall's actually getting a little bit nicer from the entryway room that you were just in, and then you see a staircase leading down, of course. And then a door in front of you with a comedy and tragedy face on it, and then no other real, aside from a center seam, there's nothing else depicted on the door.
Well, that's helpful.
Kiddish just lays down. Well, I see you're going to be helpful today. And then Shite goes to take a look around.
My job is to hit things. And
Then
kill
hit
things.
something.
How about I hit you?
If you want your pay, then you won't.
If you stop being a bitch, I'd be nicer.
Jesus. This is great. I love the
I
role
don't
play.
want to interrupt this at all. This is perfect.
Right, this is pretty great. I think I gotta find a
Tempest,
different
talk
music.
to your girlfriend and make her a nicer person. Tempest?
Sorry. I mean, it's only us here. I don't know who you're trying to talk to.
Oh, what's wrong with him? He's being dumber than usual.
Kiddish, like, sits up.
Come here for a second.
Yeah, okay. First of all, what has happened to you guys?
The second that she's within reach, she just kind of grabs Gale's face.
Well, okay.
And you notice that her claws are extremely sharp, like needle point, like surgical scalpel level. But while it's not like breaking the skin or anything, you realize that is a complete thing of her control. If she wanted to, she would.
Okay. Cedar, where's your eye?
Bone structure.
Cedar?
Not as pale. Actually, looks like you get a sleep schedule.
Well, I try, I guess.
And what is on your back?
These are my wings. Talking of which, you have your wings.
Yes, why wouldn't I?
Yeah, sorry, that sounds weird out of context. Sorry, who are you guys?
Are you sick?
I'm
Did you get hit in the head?
not that I know of. Look, I don't know who your friend Tempest is. I'm Gale. I'm not
You
him.
still go by that? You're going by that again?
Well, what else would I go by as? That's my name. Look, I'm not your friend Tempest. I don't know who he is. I'm sure he's great. Look, I'm just as confused as you are.
So,
This is weird.
Yeah. But you still have your normal eyes. There's...
Of course I would. Why wouldn't I?
The reasons. And, Kiddis, you have a big sword. That is... Wow, that's really cool.
I don't know what to do with this one.
I don't either. You promise you're not just playing dumb again?
I mean, I did whack him pretty hard when we went through the portal.
I'm being as honest as I normally am.
Yeah, but...
I'm being completely honest. I've got no idea what's going on here. I'm originally with my friends, and I've just found myself here.
So we've ended up with somehow a worse version of Tempest.
I wouldn't know about worst per se. I don't want to speak on him.
Like him, so I would say,
except for more.
I mean, he looks healthier. First of all,
he looks like a butterfly.
He does look like a butterfly.
The groan.
What? What?
He looks like a butterfly.
I has zero margin for anything.
So I'm trying not to break character.
I know. I wasn't. I was trying to stay quiet, but I was like, just the groan was such a mood.
having so much fun.
In any case, though, it just gives me so much more ammo to use against Tempest whenever we get back.
Oh, great.
What stuck with Butterfly Boy? Oh,
How in the nine hells should I know?
you're the one that claims to be Sis Mary.
There's also a giant hooded figure standing right next to, right next to Gale that you guys don't recognize. That's just probably looking more and more aggravated as you're insulting her friend.
I turn to the hooded figure. And who the heck are you?
Well, for starters, I'm not a bitch. Uh,
Yeah, I like this one.
but aside from that, I'm Tempest's best buddy in the world.
Oh, okay, all right. Yes. If he has you believing that, then sure.
Oh,
I won't
I'm
disillusion.
I just quickly I want to apologize. Didn't mean to call you a bitch. More of a mini bitch.
Well, what? One thing. You're at least slightly creative. Creative people amuse me. So I'll let you live for now. And just kind of walks
Aw,
away
You think you could
to
kill
start
me?
examining the room.
What's your name, weird one?
Hi, I'm Leovaris. If you fuck with my buddy Gale, you will die. Will warn you now. That one I might kill for free.
I heard that.
Good.
Oh, yay.
Hey, Kittis,
Yeah?
remember who's paying those expensive bills for your expensive dates with your emo boyfriend?
Oh, don't worry. He has a reserve. And besides, I'm pretty sure I figured out where the treasury is.
And Leah just looks at Kittis and goes, "Well, if she's paying you and you're partied up with her, technically, if she dies, you could claim her fortune."
You won't be allowed to come to the torture room.
But if you're dead, there's no way to stop me from getting in.
Well, yes. But if I die, then most likely the entirety of the guild falls apart and you'll not get your supply of corpses. Because those idiots can't really do anything without my guidance, remember?
So you're in
I can
charge
make
of the
corpses.
guild?
I'm good at making corpses.
Yes, of course I am. Why wouldn't I be?
But I'd rather make them into corpses.
Hang on.
That's how we understand each other, dear.
So
But
you're in charge of the guild. You took over from
Yes.
Shalius.
Old news. Yes.
Well, new news to me.
Where do you think I got these? And she taps the horns with one of her pointy claws.
Oh,
Don't they look a little familiar?
now you mention it, yes.
Ugh.
Sorry, I was distracted by, me not knowing what on earth is going on here.
Kiss kind of tosses a rocket strike. So figure out how to get us out now.
Stop throwing rocks at me, and I might be able to get somewhere.
The way I see it, we're all trapped in this room together, right? Why don't we put our heads together and try and get out?
You may be useful after all.
I have some uses.
I want to go on my date.
She will not shut up about it.
No.
And then Trike goes to examine the room, I want to go examine the comedy and tragedy mask.
Perfect. So you approach the door, and one of the masks come alive, the tragedy one, and it actually springs to life as you get kind of close, almost like the door activates. Another group of adventurers.
Oh, good. So this is like a process. Okay, well then can we just speed this up? I'm extremely bored, and I was supposed to be watching a gladiator tournament.
So am I. My name is Mel. Give me what I want, and I'll let you by.
Well, what do you want, Mel?
If
Misery,
I
right?
told you, it wouldn't be that good of a door puzzle, would it?
Not exactly a puzzle. This is more of a question with 1,000 answers. You didn't even give us a riddle.
The riddle is give me what I want, and I'll open up, and then you can go on.
Hey, Kiddis, it's another selfish entitled thing. You two should talk.
I may have a thought on this.
Hmm?
Well, look at the face. It's a face of tragedy, right? So
Right.
we give it some misery. Maybe that'll do the job.
So we stab her.
What? No, let's not jump to conclusions. Who has something really sad about their lives that they want to share with the door?
You first.
If I'm going to share my sob stories with a door.
Why not? You share with everyone else. It makes your life miserable.
So fun.
But
I don't know. You seem like a goody two shoes, and they normally have a bunch of tragedy and stuff. So why don't you try?
Okay. Trying to think how tragic we need to be for this. When I was traveling with some friends, I nearly died. Lost a couple of limbs. I guess the tragic part is I'd do it again. 1,000 times.
Roll a
Well, you guys were
performance.
there.
Roll a performance with disadvantage.
Well,
Oh,
can
God
I
damn
try
it.
to negate that with something? Just make it a straight roll.
Please.
Given that it's kind of just Gale nonchalantly going through a story, I mean, do you have something in mind?
I do.
Okay.
So Leah will kind of kneel down, and put her hand on Gale's shoulder and go, and I didn't really want to bring this up, but your friend did die like 10 minutes ago.
Sorry, who died?
You were there. The one in the arena.
do we know someone in the arena?
No,
Dana's actually gone, isn't she?
Dana.
I mean, I was there.
What?
You saw it too.
I,
You
I
talking
always
about
hold out.
Denali?
Well, yeah, Dana. She was in the pits.
Since when
I
have
don't know.
you
I held out hope that maybe I could get back and heal her.
I mean,
wasn't
no,
in the arena fight?
from what that Faye was saying, she got absorbed. There's nothing to bring back.
Right.
Yeah. Roll your performance.
Is
Is
that
that
still with
straight or with
disadvantage?
disadvantage?
You can do a straight roll.
I'm not going to use my Tempest dice just yet. 12.
The door actually cracks a smile. Be like, it was a good story. It's a good story, but not enough for a muse. What do you two have to add to this?
Oh,
You You know what? I'll tell you a tragedy. Not mine. It's more of my victory, but I suppose in some lights it can be called a tragedy. Have you ever heard of the royal family Nictea?
No.
Well, they were a family full of parasites, cheats, and liars. And one little birdie got away from the nest. And then one day, she learned the truth of why she had to run so fast and so far. Turns out Big Sister wasn't so loving. And she's the one who got her into her tricky situation that she was running from. So the little birdie flew back home. And now the little birdie wears the crown, with no competition whatsoever. The end.
Oh, wow. Riveting. Roll a performance with disadvantage.
Okie doke.
That was
Alright,
so
flower
passive aggressive.
Oh, that's not great. Let's see. Count your shards. Performance not great. That was. Yeah, no, that was. I got a 7. That didn't work.
Bore.
Hmm.
I need something real, something raw. Or just sit and rot. I don't care.
Tell me, Mask, can you die?
Can you kill a concept?
With enough power.
Then try.
Ooh, a challenge.
I'm not helping you kill another concept.
Boring. All right.
It doesn't produce enough blood. They don't scream.
I may have something else.
Well, all right then, Butterfly Boy, speak up.
It's Gale. But if you want raw and you want real, let me tell you the tragedy of being a healer. Everybody always assumes that you help people, patch them back up, and they feel better for it. Isn't that what you think, Mel?
I guess.
It's the universal truth of healing that you make the world a better place by helping others. You know what they don't tell you is when your friends are fighting, trying to save people, and they face death, like nearly die on you, and you bring them back from that, you're not really saving them. What you're doing is you're getting them back up to do it all over again, to hurt, to nearly die until eventually death comes and it kills them for good.
So you realize that you're useless, even though you run a life of just purity. That is entertaining. And then go ahead and do just a performance roll then.
Is that straight up?
If you don't want to do a performance, you could also do probably a. I was seeing if there was any other stat block you can, but it would still be charisma. You can do a persuasion if it's higher for you, but it would be a straight roll.
It's the exact same, but as long as it's a straight roll, I don't mind that at all. Don't fuck me, man. 17.
I will use this as inspiration one day, I guess. And the door shifts as
From the corner.
so it's breakfast time. The door begins to shift, and the face actually melds into the stone door as it opens up left and right, and basically you see the room on the other side.
Ooh. That means I'm going to get to my date on time?
Don't hold your breath. That'll just be disappointment.
Oh, it'll fuel you, apparently.
Guilty.
Hey, see, I have some uses. After you.
Well,
Kiddish just kind of kicks Butterfly Boy. And runs through the door.
As you do you contest the kick at all, or do you go first?
I'll go first. I'll go first.
As soon as he breaks the threshold of the door, he vanishes. You can see him. You can still see the other side of the door in the room, but you can't see him.
Oh, it's not fun.
Wow. How interesting.
Leah's gonna go charging in after him.
Whoa.
And Leah disappears
Don't go
into
jumping.
a crack and fracture of light before the room normalizes again on the other side.
Well, it's either go forward or stay in this boring room with Mel the Melancholy.
Melancholy.
I'm pretty sure that's his full name.
Kidis just kind of jumps in, kind of like cannonballs through the door.
And Shrike just kind of walks in after, just very lackadaisical.
That's a good word.
And you disappear to the other side of the room. And you are alone. You are all now kind of alone. But as the first door went, there is a shift. And you find yourself moving through, and you follow a red carpet to another door that opens. And the only thing in this room seems to be a pedestal with a lever. The lever has spikes. But in this room, you are alone. If you venture in, but there's nothing else here except the pedestal with the lever. And there's an inscription on the lever, but how this is going to go through, because we are in Area 3, you are all alone. So Gale is alone. Cedar would be alone. Kittis would be alone. And Dana, I guess Dana I'll give the choice to. This is going to be kind of like maybe a little bit of backstory or just kind of some flavor RP for you guys. A spotlight moment. Would you want to have it for Leah? White Dana?
Leah, yeah.
Okay. So Leah finds herself alone in the room as well.
Oh, Doko, I sent you a message.
Okay, so we're back to our normal selves.
Yes.
Okay.
What in the... Oh, no. Where are they? Oh, gosh. Okay, another puzzle. I want to approach the lever.
So the lever actually is just on a pedestal in the center of the room, although it is kind of wrapped in chains, almost like it's being held there from all points of the room. To actually approach, you have to kind of dodge around some of these chains and step around them. And on the lever, it's basically a bunch of what looks like needles that we'd use medically. And the only way to actually pull the lever, which has kind of like a blue light that runs up into the wall adjacent to it, is to grab the lever and actually pull it. And there is a rubbed off inscription. Go ahead and roll an investigation for me.
Okay, wait, what's my mod? Give me a sec. I'm trying to pull up Cedars because I had Strikes just now.
Should be +7, I think.
Oh, okay.
No,
So that's
+8 now.
+8? Okay, that's a 14.
Yeah, I'll say with 14 you kind of take out like a piece of paper and do like a chalk rub, and then you kind of like read it out, and you're like, I can get this. And the inscription reads, if you were walking across a bridge, looking into your greatest fear. Think about it,
Oh dear.
and you'll have the strength.
Okay. Greatest fear. What is my greatest fear? It doesn't narrow it down. Not cages. I just don't like them. It's not Silvicoracealius because they're dead. Oh. Oh. That. Oh no, it's not that, is it? And she goes over to the lever and says, "Losing them." And she grabs the lever and I guess pushes it or pulls it. I don't know which way the lever's supposed to go.
You'd probably pull it.
Pull it. I pull the lever. Pull the lever.
Pull the lever, strike!
So as you reach your hand around the lever, the needles inject a fluid
Oh, that's bad.
into your hand, and the only way to pull the lever is to keep going. And at first you have this thought of just losing them, right? Losing your friends, and you get these flashed images of the Raven Queen severing the head of Kidus, and you see Dana being stomped out in an arena fight. You see Gale being cut down by an Owlin with mechanical wings in front of fields of wheat and flowers, almost as if Shanti catches up to him. And you're just pulling this lever and pulling this lever. And just for laughs, why don't you throw a strength saving throw for me?
Just for laughs.
Oh, how
Jeez,
dare
man.
you. 13.
Oh wow. So you're struggling and you struggle and you struggle and you continue to kind of pull it. And the moment it clicks, the high takes over of whatever was being injected, and the door opens, but you having to force yourself through this lever pool and just getting pumped full of whatever this fluid was, you begin to kind of have like a hallucination.
Oh, great.
And
Just what she needs.
in front of you, you see an old elf, Kidus, your daughter, standing in front of a headstone with your name on it. And she looks down at her wedding ring. And you feel that your soul is resonating inside the ring as she kind of rolls it around her fingers. As you just hear her say, "It's been a few years. The pain never gets softer. You're the only one I really miss, Mother." And the hallucination ends.
Not gonna let that happen.
And you're
Not gonna let
unconscious.
that happen. Oh, I'm unconscious.
You're super unconscious.
Wow.
And then it'll actually cut to Leah in the same room.
She just, the first thing she does is as she's teleported into this room, she has to come to like a quick stop as she was charging into the next room to go find Gale. And she looks around, she catches her bearings, and she just starts yelling, "Gale, Gale, where the fuck are you? Not doing this shit again." And she notices the lever, and she doesn't, unlike Cedar, she doesn't stop to read it. She doesn't stop to figure out what to do, she goes, "Look, I don't care. I lost you once for 7 years. 7 years of my life, I'm not getting back with my bestest buddy. 7 years of his life, I'm not getting back. I'm not losing him again." And she doesn't dance around the chains. She runs into them and powers through them if she can. And she just grabs the lever and yanks it down.
Okay. So I'm not going to bother messing with a strength check for you, but instead I actually want to have you roll a Constitution type of throw. So let me see here. Yeah. What are our base stats here? I guess it would still be. I don't know what kind of throw I want to do at you, because I was like, maybe. But let's. Yeah, I guess it would still be kind of under strength, wouldn't it?
Alright, so strength save or strength check?
Strength save.
Alright. Is this against a poison by chance?
Yes.
I guess that would be a con, but okay.
Yeah, well, that's what I was kind of wondering. So, hey, go ahead and do a con save for me, because that's kind
Okay.
of where it would be at. It's how much of this are you resisting?
28.
Okay. So you kind of barrel through it, and you understand that there's a poison kind of being pumped through your body. And you resist its effects to some degree, where the door begins to open for you, and you're awake, and you're like, yeah, fuck poison, I got this. And then you just kind of take a few steps. However, the hallucination still takes. You're awake and you're barreling through it, but you're semi-conscious as you're just having flashes of your mind as you're cutting in and out of just different realities. You're almost every step you take transferring to a different room, a different forge, a different blacksmith shop, a different workshop. And every step you take, and you're seeing an image of yourself with your giant hammer crushing a magic item. And traditionally, magic items shouldn't be able to break under the weight of just normal weapons, and you know this, but you see
Don't give
yourself
anything away about the weapon.
crushing. No, I'm not.
Alright.
Crushing the actual magic items with your weapon. And as you do, you actually see the releases of what looks like human souls being trapped inside these particular magic items. And as you kind of take a step, you're getting older and older and older, and you just get this hallucination in your semi-conscious state of the rest of your life. You're breaking the magic items in the world, and almost you can't tell if you're killing the souls or freeing them. But as you barrel through, you actually make it to the next door, and reality cuts, and you're through.
Okay.
Who wants to go next? Kiddis or Gale?
It's up to you.
We'll give Gale a little bit of screen time then, because he's been a little bit more quiet. Gale,
All right.
you come across the same room with the same pedestal and the same handle.
Okay. Upon entering the room, Gale was going to turn around and see if there's a way to get back the way he came.
If you head back, you'll actually hit a barrier of what feels like broken glass.
Oh,
Ah. Okay. That's interesting. He'll walk towards the center of the room. And if he sees the blue light, he's going to try and investigate. If that's cool with you.
Sure, roll an Arcana.
Arcana. Ooh, I have a modifier for that. 19.
Okay. Um, so you're unfamiliar with the school of magic that this belongs to. Um, it seems to be almost like an ancient technology, which you find actually really interesting because you're like, oh, I have a general concept or understanding with a 19 of like how magic items work and how magic traps work and stuff like that, and you would know that the concept or the creation or how this trap was created was lost to um, essentially the sands of time. But you don't feel like you're looking at it, and you kind of understand that you'll be injected with something, um, and it's all magically run. But the pedestal is being held down magically. The chains are magic. Everything about this room just seems to be magical. Um, and the blue light is pulsing. It almost actually seems like the point of this was to be euphoric and transformative, like like a quest, like you were supposed to conquer this as a quest, and you kind of get the inflection of what the magic was trying to tell you in the room. That there is a creature or magic being trapped inside the pedestal whose sole purpose is the entertainment and enlightenment um, of the human mind.
That's really grisly. Would the creature still be inside, or is it long since gone?
I mean, the magic is active, so you can
Right.
probably assume that whatever it is in there.
Oh, this would be a puzzle Cedar would love to solve. I've never seen anything like this before. He's gonna have a look at the lever, um, and I'm guessing it's the same as everybody else. It's got the needles in the handle.
Hmm.
Okay. He's gonna grab hold of the lever and go, "Okay, if you're still in there, I hope this frees you." And he's gonna pull the lever.
So are you gonna like trip the lever, or are you gonna like try to like pull it off?
Good question.
Yeah, I was like, you know it's in there, so are you going to try to like
Yeah.
like rip the lever off, or are you just gonna pull it and open the door? That's, I
Oh,
guess.
Gale's not got the strength to pull a lever off. I'm guessing it's like a stone lever in a stone pedestal. There's no way he's got the strength for that.
Hmm.
Realistically speaking. He's gonna just try and just pull the lever.
All right. Um, and you have like this fear wash over your body, where you just kind of commit to it. And you're like, all right, well, I knew something like this was going to happen. But with your Arcana check, you actually understand that this is actually um, almost like a deity of fear. Like, it is the concept of fear, and it's being siphoned every time someone sucks this or trips this lever, and it's sucked out of him and put into the person who is kind of going through the magical trial, right? So I'm going to go ahead and give you a Constitution save with advantage if you want it.
I mean, yeah. Nice. Oh, with advantage, that's a dirty 20. Thank you. +3 con.
So you kind of say to yourself, you're like, nah, I don't I don't have anything to fear. I don't want your fear. I won't let your fear conquer me, right? But this poison is still being pumped into your body at like an alarming rate. And eventually you get the trigger down. And as you turn around, you are greeted by an owlin that you recognize as the one you saved after his wings were chopped off in that mad dash. And he says to you and looks directly at you, Thank you for your leftovers. They will change my life one day. And he just keeps repeating that.
Very well. Better go find the rest. And he pushes forwards.
As you kind of step forward, the blood that is pouring out from the wounds of the where his wings used to be, it's leaking all over the floor, and he kind of leans his head back and it like cricks, and as you just hear this shriek of horror as it tries to like jump scare you again, and you just kind of walk through his blood, and he fades away. And as you make your way through, the blood is like drying off on the carpet with each step, and you see fields of wheat on either side of you. And then as you approach the next door, you see your Fey Queen reaching her hand out to you. And she fades, and you move on. So that'll bring us to Kittis.
So Kittis walks in the room and she's like, okay. Kind of gives vibes of that torture dungeon I was in a while back, but okay.
But okay, she says.
And she kind of like walks in and she's just kind of like dodging around like, Cedar? Gail? Dana that kicked me?
Dana that kicked me.
Dana the White?
Dana the Grey!
Any Dana, except for Scarred Woman.
Okay. I'm getting really sick of you Fae Towers separating people. It gets so annoying sometimes. And she starts kind of like looking around. She's just like, okay, what is this thing? What is that thing? What is this thing? What is that thing? Basically, she goes through the entire room.
Go ahead and just roll an investigation for me then.
Okay. That's 26.
You kind of come to the conclusion that there are chains, and they are magically powered, and they are very much sealing chains. You recognize the inscriptions on the chains as like sealing magic, and they are holding down the pedestal.
Spelling question. Sealing like SEALING, or sealing like the top of the room.
Raising the roof.
Like a magical seal, like that, like would bar a door.
That
They're shackles.
wasn't me being sarcastic. That was a genuine question.
Sealing magic, man. I've made too many puns with you guys to get away with everything. No, this is like sealing magic, like sealing a magical being. These are chains of binding, essentially.
Okay.
They're not holding up a roof. No, this is not roof magic. This is not attic magic.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
We're
fine.
not raising the roof.
We're not raising. We'll just let this motherfucker burn.
Okay. That's where I left off. I got stuck and trying to figure out if you were making another pun.
No puns. Serious dungeon. Serious dungeon for once. No.
What is that?
I know. I even told Rain. I was like, I don't even have a rickroll in this one. And Rain was like, no way. No. But okay. So, yeah, you recognize that these chains are actually binding, and they are some sort of seal keeping the pedestal here. As an idea, it is a stone pedestal with a wooden handle. You see the hypodermic needles. You see an inscription that kind of read the same as Cedar's. Think of your greatest fear, and you'll have the strength to kind of get through. You notice that everything seems to kind of be magical here, but you don't really understand the magic behind it, because you were kind of looking at the physicality of it with an investigation. And you see the same blue light that's kind of pulsing that goes to an adjacent door on the other side of the room that's connected to the pedestal in the liver.
What is it hiding here? And first off, you stupid lover, no. I've had enough nightmares to last me a lifetime. I am not. No. There's no the reach your worst point and it's open for greater change. That is not how life works.
roll an insight check for me.
Okay.
I love how everyone else is like, okay, figure this out. We gotta figure this out. Kidis is like, no, go away.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Hey!
A nat 20, you say.
Okay, I'll take that 20.
Of course you would.
Of course you would. So you get a feeling of understanding how to do your job for once. 'Cause your whole cold hand is now warm and tingly. And the idea comes to your mind that wasn't your idea, but you really, all of a sudden, just want to grab
Oh.
No.
the chains with your nightmare hand. And you it's almost euphoric.
Kidis, this is an intervention. We know about your drug problem.
Cedar's not there. Kidis is alone.
I know. I had to make the joke though.
I know. I know.
Peter says I need to stop playing. Just going over him. So here's the problem. I was thinking about using my unbreakable string to pull the lever.
Ooh. That's dodgy. I like it.
Question is now is her impulse too strong to not do that?
She has impulse control?
Yeah, it's called Cedar.
It's called Cedar. Cedar's mom. Her mom has scolded her one too many times.
I do
I need
love the
10
fact that the
seconds,
first
I'll be
thing
right
she did
back.
when she entered the room was go, Mom!
Oh, Mom!
Mom!
I was going to be smart and use the string.
I'm proud of you. You hear from the ether. I'm proud of you, Kat.
Thank you.
No, I'm kidding. You don't hear that.
Well, I thank you anyway. But yeah, here's the problem: is I have literally an unbreakable string. I could just tie and pull.
It's a good idea, I will say. I
Really?
did not think of that.
I have so much stuff, guys.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you pulled wings out of a bag once, like you know the joke about the mom friend who's got everything in her purse? I'm the mom friend, but you have the purse.
Yeah. That's because Doku keeps letting me have stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he shouldn't.
Sorry, I am back. No lie, I have ghosts in my house. That was trippy.
Fun.
So something in my kitchen, which is like directly adjacent from me, like fell and a bunch of stuff just got knocked over. And I didn't see a cat, but I was like, oh, that was like maybe a cat just fell and like trying to step on something, and like I was checking to see if my cats were okay. None of my cats were anywhere near what happened. And I have a bunch of stuff that is just like that fell into like the middle of my kitchen. That's like I'm super creeped out right now.
You've got a poltergeist, that's what it is.
Dude, we're talking about creepy stuff and all of a sudden
Peeves is in your house, man!
Alright, so what did I miss? What is Kidis doing?
I'm bored as a player because on one hand I want to see if my smart plan works, but on the other hand, Kidis would totally grab it with her hand. And after the impulse took its place.
Sorry, I'm bored as a player.
Porn!
Oh!
No,
Sorry,
that's how
I misheard that so much.
the board as a player is how I got the nightmare hand in the first place.
Well,
Sorry.
you rolled the insight. I mean, you can dive into that a little bit more. I mean, you could, what would it be? What would it be? It'd probably still be, um, that'd be an interesting way to do it. If you want to understand the feeling more, roll a persuasion, because
What is feeling so
something is.
I laid eyes on you.
Persuasion. Persuasion is 18.
So you have control over it for now.
Ha!
But you understand the impulse a little bit more, as in the deal you made was to bring nightmares to the world, and this was a signal from the actual nightmare to tell you, hey, if you want to uphold your end of the deal, this is how you would do it. So you kind of take a moment to like stare at your hand and look at the chains, and you're like, oh, you're telling me to do it because I don't. You kind of owe her, and there's other ways to do it, obviously. So, and with an 18, you have the option or not. You just understand that this is a direct communication, which has never happened before.
Stupid freaking hand. What? We never agreed it would be my nightmares. That's not what we agreed on. Does this just release nightmares into the world? Just my nightmare becomes like a thing that exists now? So sick of deities being so freaking vague. It would be so much easier. But if I do it now, does that mean I have to do it more later? Or if I do it now, does that let me off the hook for later? This is not rhetorical.
Are you asking? Are you talking to your hand? You're like talking to your hand. You're like,
Come on!
Yelling at her hand. I love it.
Arcana.
Okay. 21.
Okay. Good rolls today, apparently.
I don't know how.
Less Vigs.
For now.
So, there's a... You look at your hand, and with a 21, you get the image of a bucket. And right now, your hand is cold, and the bucket is sitting outside of a well in winter. And this image is just being pushed into your mind. And so you see a bucket in winter, and it's cold, and the ice in the bucket is very, very sliver of nothing left, and it's cold. And then the next image that you kind of see in your mind is that your bucket is full of water, it's summer, the light's shining, it's a beautiful breezy day, and the bucket is full, and everything is warm, and suddenly your hand feels warm. And then you realize that over the course of time, the water in the bucket begins to kind of evaporate, slowly over time, and as it does, the bucket gets colder and travels into a colder season until the bucket is in winter again. So, looking into that meaning, you understand that this is going to be a constant relationship you have with essentially the Queen of Nightmares. But this will kind of recharge that battery for a while.
Are the Queen of Nightmares and this like fear entity, are they a thing? Are they like, I ship it?
You ship it. The interesting thing is, the fun thing is since Kittis is alone as a character, she doesn't know what's in the pedestal.
Yep. Nope. I have no idea what's in the pedestal.
I know. Now I'm making theories. I'm writing fanfic.
yourself. No more long-term deals. Short-term deals only.
You wanted your hit points back.
Yeah, I did.
Your hit points remain with you for as long as you live. So
Yep. I know.
that's a free insight check for you.
Yoko, I still stand by the fact you shouldn't have taken them in the first place. I still stand by that. I'm the one that freed her, and she shouldn't have. Anyway.
So, do you?
I grab a stupid handle.
Oh, you grabbed the handle. Okay.
She's just like, you stupid freaking nightmare lady, yanking my freaking existence, now turning me into a metaphorical bucket.
So it's interesting that you chose the handle and not the chains. So you grab the handle, and you, in your frustration, didn't remember to think about what you feared most. So the fear just pours into you. Roll a strength check for me.
A check or a save?
Just a check.
Either way, it's the same, but.
Yeah.
8.
So it takes you what feels like minutes of you just pulling this lever, and the minutes kind of turn to hours, and the hours of pulling this lever kind of turn to days, and the poison is just seeping more and more and more into your body. And you feel your hand that was warm just go completely cold again. And you realize, as you let go of the handle, that you're no longer in this castle, this dungeon, this tower, this where you were, and you're in the middle of just like a forest. And you see Philo running towards you as almost like an embrace. And as he is about to grab you, an arrow flies, hits him in the back, and basically explode as fur and blood pelt your entire person, and you're looking up, and then right after that flash of Philo, you're looking down, you're just blood everywhere. You look up, and you're looking into your brother's eyes as you see his soul being ripped out of the back of his head, being called back to serve Grandpa. And he takes his soul and smiles as he begins to slowly crush it, as raven feathers are now in a torrent swarming around you, as just horror and fear and emotions that you've never felt are just wash around you. And as you hit the ground, Nightmare appears right behind you and says, "You're such a disappointment." And you see her reanimate essentially Philo right in front of you and begin to drag him away. And you feel the warmth of the concept of Philo kind of breaking away from your entire body as he gets farther and farther. As he's being pulled back together from all his blood and fluff, he's reaching out to you sadly. And after what feels like an entire day of being out, you wake up and the door in front of you is open, and you're allowed to continue.
Are the chains and everything still around?
Oh yeah, everything in the room is completely normal.
Okay. This room. She reaches up and she's going to try to start breaking off chains. Like she's going to start trying to undo it. Like, no.
He's like, you know what? I'm gonna crash your room.
She's basically going to try to use a geomancy spell to try to snap the chains.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So do you just want to cast the spell? You're just gonna sit and you're just gonna fire off the geomancy spell?
Basically, her whole point is to she's going to basically trash this room. She's like, this room will no longer exist by the time I'm done.
Interesting. Go ahead and roll an Arcana, followed by a Dex save.
Yeah, I figured. Arcana, 29.
Okay.
And let's see, Dex save. 11.
Interesting. Awesome. Okay. So you begin to thrash about, and you cast the Geomancy spell, and you're like, I'm gonna cast it for as long as freaking possible, and you spend like the entire time of that spell, like full ritual cast, and you just outwardly shatter the stone, the pedestal. You basically try to break everything, and you pumped all of your Arcana into this, and you see the room break, but not on a physical level, like a physical geomancy spell would do. But the room breaks almost as a dimension, as that same glass barrier just begins to shatter around you and break and crack and fall apart as you begin to fall through the floor that is now broken glass. You smack down into the floor, taking 14 fall damage, as you are now in a room looking up at Cedar as she's walking through the open door that she had just unlocked. As shards of glass now fall from the ceiling and pelt you, not doing any damage, but you broke the dimension that you were in, and you understand that you broke the reality that existed in that plane, not the actual room itself.
Doku, I just sent you something. I think you'll appreciate it.
At least now, the room doesn't exist anymore.
Cedar, right? Like,
Doku.
What's up?
Am I aware of the kiddies that just fell from the sky?
You definitely heard her and her groans of pain. I don't know why you sent that to me and didn't just drop it onto maps. Hold on.
Oh, is this what I think it is?
The bucket, and it's pink.
That's going on the Instagram.
Yes, that's has to.
I'm gonna end up turning that into just a random post on the Instagram at some point.
But yeah, so you noticed me.
Yeah, but also I sent a couple, like, there were some also messages other than the bucket. But back to the story.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, are you okay? What happened? Hey. Whoa, hey. Can I touch you? No? Okay, and then I won't. Breathe. Okay, remember what we practiced. And then in, and then out. There we go. Hey, look at me. What happened? Why did you fall from the ceiling?
I got mad.
I'm not surprised, but I'm confused.
Is it like the same room as we did before?
Yep, chains and all.
All that in this room still exists.
This room. What do you mean all that?
She's going to look for. She's now trying to destroy this place.
Kiddies,
Like,
what are you
not
doing?
with the Dia's messy spell again, but she's trying to find a way to make this place not exist anymore.
Kiddies, hey, breathe, calm down.
No!
Kiddies, I think if the same thing happened to you that happened to me, we are both high on some kind of fear toxin right now.
Don't care.
I care, it sucks. And my hand hurts.
So, is there a way for her to destroy this place?
Let's see.
There's a door right
That part of the campaign.
Right.
So sorry, I'm putting campaign on hold.
Insight.
Well, folks, Kiddis has fully transformed into a murder hobo. Here we go.
Kiddis, there's a door. Let's walk through the door.
No!
What do you mean, no?
So, don't go. Is she finding a way? She's now digging through this room, trying to figure out how it works, to figure out a way to completely undo.
We literally just
entire
did
Uh,
not even vote. No!
with-
What do
with-
you mean, no? No!
With a 28 Arcana,
29.
yeah, the roll that you just did, you understand that this room is just pure magic. It's concept. It's not here, and you physically broke it, which shattered its existence, and you fell into another version of its existence. So you roll an insight check for me.
Okay. Right, that's 10.
Wouldn't be that high just because your Arcana was already so high. You have a feeling if you tried to continue to destroy the rooms, you would be at it a very long time.
At this point, seeing her just storm around, Cedar's like, there's a door right there. And she walks over to Kiddis and picks up Kiddis and puts her on her shoulder.
I teleport.
Child,
I teleport off you.
can we leave the room?
No!
No.
Not until I make this place not exist anymore.
What? Can we make it not exist from outside the room?
No, because
I
once
know.
we leave the room, there's no guarantee this room exists anymore.
Then-
Or with us.
Then if we leave, then it doesn't exist with us and we don't have to worry about it. I'm standing here and it looked very uncomfortable, you falling from the sky. I don't want to do that.
She starts yanking at the chains.
You roll at the chain. You yank at them. And you yank, and I mean you're physically trying to affect them, but we can do a strength check for you if you want in a moment. However, what you noticed is your hand is no longer cold or hot.
What is it? Just a hand or is it gone?
Something that I am going to have to figure out later. Maybe.
We don't have time to unpack all of that.
There's got to be a way to undo the chains. If everything's magic here, there's got to be a magic way to undo it.
Okay. I see where you're trying to think this through, but also we need to get to the others. I don't know what the heck was going on with Dana and Gale, but frankly, I don't want to leave that mess alone.
Unravel the chains.
What? Okay. Oh no, you're gonna do the thing with the thread. Okay.
If my magic's not strong enough to break it, then you've had a problem with me using you as a seamstress. Well, what, can't you just unravel magic if this is threads?
Roll your normal performance.
That one.
Hey. Now you know how
man.
it feels.
There is no answer to your call. And you just get this feeling of dread wash over your body at the request of it.
Why does no one want this room gone?
I would like to be gone from this room. Does that count?
No!
I will buy something shiny for you if we can just leave this room.
Try to... Hello.
What? Hey, what?
I don't like this room. I want it gone.
I don't like it either. I think it's trying to mess with our heads. And from what I've learned, things that try to mess with your head don't have power if you don't give it to them. You remember back in the palace? Silvico tried to get in my head, tried to show me all kinds of visions. Cernia swallowing a sword and dying, Strix dying again, a lot of dying. But I told him to screw off. And I told him he's not allowed to do that. So you gotta tell whatever the heck this room is doing, it's not allowed to make you scared. Even if you gotta yell at it.
I already did. I used a geomancy spell and I destroyed the entire room.
Oh, that's clever. Okay. We can rage against this whole room and take it forever and an age. We can just walk through that door, not let it bother us. I'm sure Philo's okay. I think it was just a bad dream. Come on. We can walk through together. It's okay. I'm here.
And she follows.
And we walk through the door. Gosh dang it, Harry.
There is a shift that all of you go through as solos. As your DM checks his notes.
We didn't mean to throw you for a loop, but
No, you're good. You're good.
but here is loop.
I'm just keeping track of everything here. So,
Good luck.
right.
And right,
We
now,
have
I'm not
a
even halfway through my
chaotic
coffee.
character that literally destroyed a room that was made out of this concept.
you all kind of venture in your own times, and eventually everything kind of shifts and stops. As we make it back to our alternate party, as you guys break through the veil, the shift, the shatter, Shrike, Alt-Kittis, Gale, and Leah all find themselves kind of breaching the entry to this room together. All together again, you are all here. To the left and the right, you kind of see caskets.
Sorry, you didn't see the horns try to fall off my head. I tried to wear them, and they just went.
Denied.
Terribly sorry. Gravity is not my friend.
I thought it was with how short you are.
Yeah.
Neither is verticality.
I thought it pulled you down so much
I will
that.
bite your hand.
But anyway,
Getting back onto the conversation.
You kind of find all of yourselves in a large hallway. There are pillars of blue flames, essentially. There are pedestals, and on each pedestal there is a blue flame that's just glowing. It's Shrike, Kittis, Gale, and Leah, and you guys are all kind of now joined together again. You kind of don't understand how you got here, what brought you here. You were just traveling through one door, and now you're in another room with an entire center that seems to be missing from your recent memory. But it's almost like, here we are again. This is not the room we just entered, but we're together again.
oh, we're stuck with Butterfly Boy.
Oh, well, he's not dead, so.
That is true. And like at the very least, whatever was on the other side didn't kill him.
True.
Not only am I not dead, I also still have my hearing.
I'm aware.
And
Okay.
Leah looks down at Kittis and goes, "Look, I like you to a degree. Don't make fun of my buddy."
He has butterfly wings, though. It's literally like
And?
a giant, colorful target.
Yeah, but
And you have a
there's
pink
no need
sword.
to be a dick.
We just like colours.
You're tolerable at worst.
Oh.
So just don't be a dick. I'd rather not up my kill count with someone I am starting to enjoy. That one, I don't mind. But you're enjoyable.
Aww. You know, this has been a hot minute since someone said something nice.
I thought your emo Reslin boyfriend would say nice things.
Oh no, that would ruin the fun.
I don't even want to know.
I kind of
We don't want
do.
to hear you talk either,
You
so
don't.
it works out well.
Frankly, I don't think you do.
No, I don't. Your voice annoys me.
No, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Butterfly.
Yeah. Sorry, Leah. All right. Keep
If
your
I'm
secrets.
facing a person and saying words in their direction, that means I'm probably talking to
Well, being double your size, it's hard to tell who you're talking to. As this is a great time to mention, Leah is 7'6".
Love
That's like 7 cedars.
Yeah, just about.
No, it's not.
But Kid just kind of gets up and she's just like, okay. But I'm still calling him Butterfly Boy.
As long as it's not an insult, I'm fine with that.
No, it's more of an observation.
Yeah,
She kind of starts poking at your butterfly wings.
A little bit of glitter just falls out.
Can I decorate my sword with whatever's on your wings? And she just kind of starts beating them. I'm just like, kind of like
Hey.
Oh dear goodness, there's a glitter too. Oh, Tempest will get a kick out of this.
oh, I won't be.
I
Can I-
am never going to let this go.
Can I just
You can-
ask, this Tempest guy, you talk about him. What's he like?
He is a sad bastard.
He's sad.
What hurt your face while they're saying it?
Oh, in
Yeah.
all honesty, that is the best laugh I've had in years.
He's sad, but he's meant to be me.
You, but paler, dark circles, no wings, but can fly because he just chooses to, I guess. It's like a magic air thing. Oh, and he's a warlock.
Not a healer. Also, Kiddes, can you maybe let go of my face, please? This is really starting
No.
to smush me. Okay.
No. This is Tempest never lets me do this.
I wonder why.
You kind of pat your cheeks, like pat your cheeks, and then let go.
She's
Ow.
about it, and then Shrike kind of does a flourish, and all of a sudden she's holding the holy symbol.
Huh.
Well, good to know I can do this with both of them. And she kind of tosses it back at you.
You know, it's funny. The version of you I know did that as well.
Oh, well, what's she like?
Sad as
Pause.
well. But ultimately, she has the same potential you.
He's being vague, but all right, whatever.
But
Well,
anyway,
vague
Shrike,
matches vague.
Well, we gave you a pretty good description of Tempest.
right?
What?
True.
I'm still gonna miss my date if you don't get moving and figure out how to get us out of this room.
And with that, we'll roll a
Maybe
perception
you
check
shouldn't
for each of you.
Perception.
By the way, my dog in the corner trying to jump on my bed.
Hi, Captain. 19.
look.
Wait. Oh, that's not a 16. That's a 19. Yay, that's 22.
11.
10.
12.
10.
Strike sees all.
Right. So you guys notice that there's kind of cries coming from the caskets in this room.
Oh.
There seem to be some that are kind of opened and adjacent, but the rest that are closed seem to have crying from them. There are others, but you guys just kind of notice the crying and the wails. Shrike notices that in the room there's also a broom that seems to kind of be scurrying around and sweeping up. And the room is actually extremely pristine and clean. But Strike also notices kind of like the sound of dripping water. Like she's super in tune with this room for some reason. It's probably because when you lose one sense, the next, gets stronger. And Shrike notices first that she has no magic.
Oh my goodness. Pardon me.
What is it?
Just pardon me for a moment. Is there anywhere where I can get out of eye shot?
Uh,
Yeah, eyesight.
You can probably go up to the farthest kind of, because the caskets are inside like a little. It's kind of like a mausoleum room where you can kind of go in. They have
like
their own
little
areas, little alcoves. You could probably go into the farthest one and lose a little bit of line of sight if no one followed you.
I will be right back. She kind of walks off into the, and then you hear from the distance, "Son of a oh my gosh, this is, okay." And she comes back. I'm back.
Enjoy your temper tantrum?
Yeah.
I don't have my magic.
Oh.
That makes you a lot more stabbable.
I still have my knives, dear.
I still have my armor.
And you
This is why
guys,
we learn multiple trades.
you guys notice that there is no magic in this room. The moment she says that you guys kind of lost your attunement to any sort of spell slot. You can actually feel that this entire room has no magic, and it's almost like a reality where spells and charms don't exist.
So, like, there's no magic items either.
There are seemingly any items that you have that were magic would still have their magic.
Okay.
But anything that would require casting, it's completely anti-magic here.
No.
This sucks.
This feels wrong somehow.
Kidis wanders over and she kind of just tips over one of the caskets.
Oh, great.
Just one of them.
Don't get corpses all over the floor unless you're going to clean them.
It's crying.
Yes, I know. It's annoying.
Let me go ahead and I'll show you what you see.
Oh, dear. Is it on the map?
I'm getting there.
To the maps.
I'm thinking maybe this is a bad idea. Opening it is a bad idea.
Oh, probably, but I don't care.
There's gonna be something in it, and it's gonna want to hurt us.
Ooh.
Oh
no! No!
That's
put it
awesome.
I like that.
What? Wait, that. What did do?
There you go.
back.
What did do?
Shut
You
the lid.
you actually see and hear, but you see for the first time this torrent of purple and black souls capped inside of a single form, with large claws and a small head and hands just reaching out as it kind of seems like a torrent of trapped souls stuck in a form as it's crying and wailing. But it's not attacking. It has now just been opened, and it seems to be crying and wailing.
Lid. Shut the lid.
No.
Shut the lid.
No. It's not attacking.
Not yet, anyways. Shut the lid.
What if shutting the lid makes it attack?
It was fine beforehand.
No, it's so cute. Ew. I want to use this as like a sound machine thing when I go to sleep. Like, you know, one of those like little lullaby things
I
that
know
you kind of
what
just
you're
like.
talking about. I just think you're crazy.
Yeah. As you kind of approach it and get closer, you hear multiple wails of just, and as it's just kind of like it seems like it's trying to rip itself apart from the inside.
Yeah. Yeah. I so wish I knew how to paint.
Does anyone else do anything?
Should we do that for a while?
Yeah,
Is
Gail's
there-
gonna try.
Sorry,
Go ahead, Ryan.
No,
No,
please.
go ahead. Go.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
whatever happens, you guys have advantage if you're doing it together because that was a wholesome moment.
Alright.
That was me being British and not.
And that was me being Southern.
Two hospitalities combined to form.
Just we
Is
have
there
less guns.
Voltron.
Yeah, right. Where's the next door?
It's a good question. So at the very top of the room, the very northern portion, I will shift it down just a little bit, and you can kind of see the door on the map now. You actually see um, a depiction of three monkeys. One is um, doing the see no evil, one is doing the hear no evil, and one is doing the speak no evil. But the one on the door in the center is the monkey with the hands on the ears, and it's actually raised out of the door, and it almost seems like the image, the artwork of the monkey actually raised out, is sealing the door shut.
Right. Um. So Leah's gonna walk back over to Kittis and go, "Hey, creepy one. Hey,
Yeah?
I like you a little bit more. Creepy shit is fun."
Yes, it is.
And second thing, any idea about this door?
I don't really. I'm more of a kill it when while it's still moving to make it stop
Me
moving.
too. So
Strike is more of the think until my brain gives out.
Someone has to around here.
Yeah, but if I hung out with Breslin, he does it better.
Then you should go hang out with Reslin instead of accepting my invitations and payments.
I was promised a bloodbath, not a room that makes you think.
You know what? You two meatheads play over there, okay? Play with your weird screaming cloud. Tell me more about your reality. I'm bored. And that thing screaming is annoying me, so.
So
Hey,
Leah's gonna
Strike,
bend down to Kittis.
and she kind of chucks a rock at you.
Strike just kind of moves her head like and dodges it like in a way that tells you this is a normal occurrence, and she's kind of like very blasé about it. Then maybe try thinking on your own for a second. I'm taking a break.
Well, the problem is that the whole point of our group being together is you said that you needed someone to go kill people for you. That was the job description.
And what did Leah just do? I missed it.
So Leah bends down to Kittis and goes, "You know, we might not really be the best thinkers, but at least we're not sentient throw pillows."
I'll give you one thing, Furbolg. That's a new one. I like when insults are at least a little creative.
Let's put it this way. If I'm late for my date again, I'm plucking your flight feathers.
As if you would know which ones those are.
Exactly. I'll just have to pluck all of them. You look like a chicken.
And at that, Leah's gonna go, "Hey, it's easier just to rip off the wings."
Oh.
Oof.
The problem is that might wake her up. Even if I drug her.
It's so hard to get good help these days.
So hard to get a good boss these days.
And, you know, when you're a prick,
Anyway.
it does make things difficult.
When you're a psychopath, it makes things difficult.
Hey, I get my job done. You're
Okay.
just the one procrastinating on yours.
We can fling blames around all day, but
Poor
I don't know about you
Gale.
guys, but maybe we should try getting out of here.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. She gets on my nerves. I don't like people insulting my best buddy.
I get that, and I appreciate it. But
Butterfly
maybe
boy,
talk about...
you've moved up in my book.
Thanks, that's great.
I get the
Okay.
feeling she means that, so.
Yeah.
I do
Well.
have a quick question. What
Mhm.
color does your blood bleed?
I mean, it's red.
Huh.
Pretty standard for Air Genasi.
Yeah.
Because Tempest refused to tell me. And now I need
Red.
to go.
It's red.
I need to go kick his butt.
It's red. You could have asked me. I've been on like 7 heists.
I'm
with
what?
him.
Yeah, but every time I've gone to ask you, you're like, I'm busy.
'Cause I am. I'm running a kingdom and a thieves guild.
Well, you're not too apparent. Well, you're not busy now. which means you could be solving the damn door puzzle.
I will go look at the door puzzle just to get you to shut up.
Oh, you're so sweet.
All right, Butterfly Boy. No, Gale. That's your name, Gale.
Yes.
Why don't you come with me? Tell me a bit about your reality while I do this. I'm bored, and it'll help me think.
Well, let's trade stories. Let's see, my reality. Well, I imagine if you've got a silver coat and a Shadius, had.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's quite similar to ours in a way. We had the same thing. There's a version of you there. She goes by Cedar.
Oh, yes. No, that is my first name. I don't really go by that much anymore. Few people are allowed to. Tempest is one that is allowed to, but he usually just calls me Shrike. Well, and other things, but
It sounds like you two are close.
we have a partnership. He's a valuable ally, and like I said, it's hard to get good help around here.
You're the one that keeps asking me.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
So you're a cleric. What deity?
Fae Queen, actually.
Oh. Well, that's unconventional.
That's me.
I thought so by the wings.
That's part of the Fae Queen, to be honest. There was a
Not
point where I was kind of serving a goddess,
Huh?
but she was kind of using me without permission.
How rude.
Yeah, you're telling me. Driving her in your head for months and months on end, having a mental battle with another person you're trying to help.
Yes, well, I wonder if you and Tempest could compare notes. I mean, he has that, I think it's a fiend or something. I've never really listened. He's always talking about the fiend and stuff, but honestly, I just tell him he needs to just get a gosh dang sleep schedule.
Is he this other me? Is he okay?
He's friends with me. Nobody who's allies with me is okay.
See, that's strange. When I first met other you, it was a similar sort of conversation.
Oh?
But here's the thing. She's starting to come around.
Really? Was
Not-
it you seeing the whole futility of your own craft? What I mean to say is, and this is not meant in a rude way, this is meant in pity, more like. You're going to try very hard to fix her. I can tell you're one of those people, honest people. There's few of those left in this world. For the main reason that it just gets them killed, hurt, and depressed. You can try and fix her, but it's not going to work. If she's anything like me and had anything like the past I've had, that poor thing's broken beyond compare.
Tick tock, Shrikey.
Shut up, Kittis! You were saying?
Well, I was going to say we should probably focus on the door.
Well then, let's. And then Shrike looks at the door puzzle.
Yeah, you can do an in general investigation if you wanted.
Would you have advantage because I'm assisting?
Yes.
So you get advantage.
I know, I just need to check. There we go. Oh, nat 20. And that'll get me a 28.
Nice.
Shrike sees all.
So the monkey actually, again, there's three on the door that you were looking at. There's the hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. The one on the left has his eyes covered. The one in the center that seems to be holding the door shut is raised. It's got his hands over his ears. And the one, it's the remainder. The one in the center with his hands over his ears, begins to talk. And it's actually become sentient, and the lips become move, and it's solid stone. And he's like, "Will you shut up and quiet that noise, please?"
Why? It doesn't like the lullaby.
That makes money a lot.
That's just because you're a grump.
Yes, we
I
need to
am
quieten
enjoying
it.
the cry.
What did you say?
I was saying we need to quieten it. How do we quieten something like that?
Well, I'm thinking of one way, but I don't think you'll really like it.
Best
Go
not to
to
kill anything.
sleep. Go to sleep.
So,
Start singing.
I, as a
Arguably worse.
player, have an idea, but Leah would not have this idea. So, can I make like a history or investigation check to see if she would, or I guess investigation check or something to see if she would have this idea?
Sure. You can do an investigation and an insight, whichever's higher for you.
Perfect.
That's the point of the insight, right? It's to look in between
Yeah.
things.
Dirty 20.
Okay. What's the
Nice.
idea?
So she's gonna walk up to the door. Can you tell me what order, like what physical order the three monkeys are in?
First one's got its eyes covered on the left. Second one has its ears covers on the center, and it's raised. The one on the right has its mouth covered.
Okay. And so the one with its eyes covered just spoke.
No, the one with its
No.
ears covered just
Ears
spoke.
covered.
The one in the
Okay.
center is the ears covered, and he's actually raised out of the stone. So the other ones are kind of just written in like an artwork, and they're flat, two-dimensional. The third-dimensional one is the one with the ears covered.
So she's gonna walk up to it and say, so how can you hear us?
What?
Well, so which one just asked everything to quiet down?
The one with his ears
The one
covered.
with the ears
Oh,
covered. Kidis is still trying to sing the souls to sleep.
But it's not attacking us.
Oh, I have a bit of an idea. Don't
We're not
worry.
going to kill it.
It doesn't involve killing. Don't get your wings in a twist.
Aww.
And she walks up to the creature, and I would like to use hypnotic gaze.
The spell fails.
Hypnotic gaze is not a spell; it's a wizard ability.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It still fails.
Still fails? Oh wait, I forgot that there's no magic.
Yeah.
Can I just retcon that then?
Sure. You want your spell slot back? You can't use. No, it's
effectively
Not a spell, but it's a,
Yeah.
it's a
I know.
yeah.
Yeah, it's an ability or whatever.
Forgot about
Whatever.
the magic thing.
Mm-hmm.
I poke it.
Oh no.
Leah, you didn't finish your idea.
Wait, no, I was thinking that the one that was talking like had its eyes covered, and so I was gonna switch him around to move its hands to its ears, but if its ears were already covered.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
I poke it.
The wailing gets a little louder.
Ah, you made it worse.
Okay, you guys are trying everything apart from what I think is the obvious. Gail's gonna step forward and he's gonna try and talk to this thing.
Roll a wisdom save.
A wisdom save. Oh boy!
Oh dear.
Oh, actually, that's not bad. That's a +3, so that's not bad. That is.
It's bad,
Would-
isn't it?
Would you like the bad news or the bad news?
I'm thinking the bad news.
That's a natural 1.
Yeah.
Oh. Your
I'm back, everybody!
your skin actually begins to crawl and then feel cold, as it sounds like the whispers of 1,000 dead are just echoing inside your skull, and it's literally the chatter of 1,000 voices wailing, crying, screaming out in their final moments of life and death. As it all molds together inside your mind, you get this massive migraine, and it's like your head is cracking and about to explode. And the voices are just screaming. And you'll take 5 damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Oh gosh, for once it's beyond. There we go. Oh, okay. No, that's.
Oh. Yeah, you should back up and stand aside for a
Okay,
second.
Freddy,
Yeah.
back in the pocket you go.
No, I think we need to. I mean, we can hear it through the casket. So now you're shutting the lid.
She starts
Oh, I've
trying to
not
put it
missed
back
that.
into the casket. Nighty night.
It actually it goes back into the casket willingly.
It's like
Try
a
breathing.
baby.
Try taking some breathing stuff. Do like the box breaths or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I know how to breathe.
Like the 4-count breaths.
Yeah.
Sometimes they help.
Oh, you.
Oh, God, I've not missed that.
I don't understand why this thing doesn't like them. They're so cute.
Were you dropped on your head
No.
as a baby?
No.
Genuine question for once.
Well, yeah, but no. I wasn't dropped on my head. I was tossed into a crypt and had a bunch of ghosts talking to me for a hot minute, but that's besides the point.
Let's go ahead and get a perception check from all of you again.
That figures.
Oh no.
Arnar. 20 R.
20 hour.
20 R. Everybody.
Ewa!
20.
That is a
23.
14.
Same here.
Did I miss Leah's?
7.
Ah. So Leah's just kind of walking around, chilling. She will see the broom as it kind of scurries by, but pay it really no mind. But everyone else kind of notices that once the cap goes on and the loudest one in the room is now unheard, it's still quiet. It's kind of quietly mumbling, but you actually hear an echo. So you begin to kind of look around the room, everybody else, and you hear that there are 5 voices in total that are actually making noise around the room. And then Shrike with the 23 will actually hear the broom, as well as just kind of the water dripping and what sounds like leaking into a grate. As you realize that these creatures are in multiple places, Shrike will actually also realize something different. That there are 3 others that are kind of chilling in and around the other caskets that were already partially opened or completely opened, and they're not making any noise.
She goes over to one of the ones not making noise. You. How do we get the other one to shut up? Hello?
Let's see. It actually reaches its hand out to you.
Well, don't give me a migraine.
Do you
And she kind of puts her hand forward and like.
roll a wisdom
Very
save?
regal. Is that on that one?
No,
Oh.
it's not very good.
Oh. 10.
It begins
I
to
rolled a
kind of wrapping
It's better than
itself around your body, and actually leaving the casket, and actually attaches itself to you, and begins to slowly seep into your ears, underneath
None of
your
that.
fingernails, into your basically your sinuses where your eye holes are, and you feel this entity begin to just slowly get sucked inside your body.
Well, that's rude. I didn't give you permission for that.
You're also finding it a little bit harder to move, as it seems to be
Oh.
trying to kind of control you.
Enough of that. Get out.
Do you want it out?
Yeah, kinda.
Roll an Arcana.
24.
Okay. So you understand that it's literally kind of just some form of death, but it's quiet, and it's kind of just skulking. With that Arcana, you would kind of understand that you would have to just... That's a good roll. You would have to do what kind of the opposite of death, and it was really just to kind of be alive. So you kind of internalize for a moment and think of a moment where you actually felt kind of most alive, and probably one of the first times you took flight. Or right after a really good poop. From the peanut. That was a comment from the peanut gallery. So I had to repeat it.
Love it.
And it actually, it kind
my
of
gosh.
leaves it.
No, so sorry.
It leaves your person. But as it leaves, it kind of, you can tell that it's leaving more to avoid the blue flames than it is at your request.
Well, they don't like those blue flames.
Can't imagine why.
Hmm.
What do you say we extinguish them?
Well, we could do that. All right. I mean, there's water in that direction, and there's a weird, slightly sentient broom in the other direction. I'm not really sure what in the Fantasia that is.
Kiss goes and
Nice.
plays with the broom.
Don't put the D word in your mouth. We can't. There's no. We don't have royalties for that. Can't have the mouse's name anywhere near this.
Yeah, no kidding.
Mikey. It's Mikey. Just appears out of the broom closet.
Mikey, yeah, Mikey appears.
Mikey Chinchilla. the legally distinct rodents.
Legally distinct. Okay.
But Kittis and goes and starts like basically kind of just dragging the broom about the room.
Pull up your hands and carry the water because you're a bucket.
Roll and then athletics.
Brought it all around.
Athletics. Okay. That is 26.
So as you get a... Wow, that's actually really good for you.
I'm still in Kittis.
What a backhanded
Right.
compliment.
Ah.
Somebody want to roll back 10. Oh, nice work.
Sorry.
Right.
Right, sorry. There's no bias or impartials. I gotta let it go. So as you go to grab it, it actually avoids you, and you're like trying to grab it, and it like zips past you and zips around, and then you kind of catch it with your back foot and like fling it forward and then grab it, and as it's like struggling to try to get away from you.
You're mine now.
But as it actually, everyone roll a perception.
14.
It's another natural one.
7.
30-20.
Well, as you grab the broom, you notice that well, Kid has noticed. Everyone else is like, "Oh, what's going on?"
They're like, what is she doing?
You actually notice that the monkey, his hands shift a little bit forward off of his ears the moment the broom left the ground and stopped making sweeping noises.
Yeah. So we just need to make all these little noises stop.
So this I actually had this planned before we figured that out. Leah's gonna go over to the area where the water's dripping.
Mm-hmm.
Can I don't know what kind of stat-based check this would be, but can I make a check with my mason's tools to try and patch up the leak?
Sure. Why don't we, since you're working with physical objects, do you want to make it like a nature roll? How's your intelligence?
Not good.
Not good. Okay. Then let's go ahead. Oh, survival then.
Okay.
You can do a survival. Yeah, if that's a higher stat for you, that would probably be
Much.
yeah.
16.
Okay. So you actually are kind of working with your mason's tools, and you notice like every time you kind of make a really loud tinging noise on the stone, the monkey kind of like shifts his hands back. But as you go through, and are working with it, you're actually kind of almost melting and molding the stone into like a fine dust, and then kind of sealing the water, which was leaking through a crack in the room, causing it to drip into a grate and hit like a metal tinging sound. After the water is fully sealed, you notice the monkey. The silence falls, and he moves his hands another spot forward, and his hands are almost fully uncovering his ears at this point.
Shrikey! Looks like you're the only one that hasn't solved any problems. Look who's smart now! You gotta solve the last one. I'm holding on to the broom.
Alright, so we've got I have to solve the wailing thing.
Yeah.
But you actually like it.
Come on. Pull out this maternal instinct and comfort the baby.
I don't understand what's happening anymore in this episode.
Mhm.
And Shrike kind of goes up to the one that's crying. Stop that.
Maternal instincts to the max.
So you try talking to it.
Basically,
Yes.
no.
Roll your wisdom save.
Being very sure to not touch it.
That's fine. It's not reaching out for you, but you talk to it.
12.
12. The sound of 1,000 voices fill your skull as a giant migraine hits, as just you hear the screams and the final breaths of life, what feels like the deaths of thousands of people unfolding in your mind in a single moment. And you will take 4 damage.
Okay.
You okay?
Throne room. Ugh.
So Leah's gonna walk over and go, we're gonna be talking. Maybe and this is kind of I believe it's called an oxymoron. The biggest bitch in the room should not be talking.
Oh.
Well, if you want to try to contribute, then by all means.
A, I already have. B, I would love to. And you notice that Leah's voice is a little more hushed, so she doesn't make as much noise. And she walks up to the spirit and goes, How can I help? How can I ease your pain?
Go ahead and do a wisdom
Okay.
save.
All right. Ooh. That is a 16.
Okay. You hear a universal voice, 1,000 voices saying all at the same moment. Silence kind of rolls through your mind. just says, "Kill us."
Do I take any damage from this?
Oh, look,
No.
my idea. My first idea in the first place.
Kids whacks
And,
you in the room.
And
Migraine. Don't hit my head.
can Leah see anything on this body that would be like kind of a one-hit KO kind of spot?
Go ahead and hit up your Arcana.
Okay. 2.
No. What you notice, it's kind of a torrent, so you kind of do lean in for a bigger look. And it's just kind of like a torrent of a 1,000 things. And so even if there was a weak spot, you get the impression that it would move as you swung your weapon to hit it.
Okay. Since she's actually, instead of trying to hit it, she's gonna try to rip it apart.
Okay. Con, save.
Okay.
I'll just give me 2 secs, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
19.
Okay. So you seem to kind of resist the damage coming from this, but you reach your arms in to try to like grab, and it's almost non-corporeal. So there's not really anything to really grab onto. Like you do grab into like one soul and like pull it off of the body, but as you do, it kind of fades into like a smoke that just kind of gets reabsorbed, and you're kind of like rifling through this, like jumping into a ball pit in a kiddie pool, you know, and you're just like like throwing souls, grabbing one. You get the head of one that felt solid for a moment, and then it kind of melts in your hands, and you can feel that every time you do this, it kind of stings and burns the body. But you resist it to some degree, but you find that physically interacting with it didn't really seem to do anything.
Okay. Well, so then she's gonna drop to one knee and just start to pray to Prism and ask, "What can I do? How can I help them? I want to help them."
Give me 1 second. Anastasia. No.
She's trying to get sound effects for the wailing soul cloud.
That's exactly what it was.
She's being helpful.
She's being helpful. Yeah. Performance.
Okay. 19.
You're praying, and you don't fully feel a connection to Prism. But as you kind of finish your prayer, you stand up, and you just have this, like, compulsive vision where your vision tunnels as you turn around and you're staring directly at the pedestal with the blue flame. You place your hands on it, and you just unconsciously stare at the fire. Your hands are on the pedestal, the fire's in the middle, so you're not in the fire. But you're just staring at it. And it's so long that you're staring at it that Gale notices and kind of comes to like shake you out of it for a moment.
Hey,
You, Gale.
snap out of it. Is everything okay? You're a little fixated.
And she kind of shakes her head and goes, yeah, no, I'm good. I know what we need to do. I just don't know how to do it. But I think it has something to do with the fire.
Of course it does.
I knocked over a pillar.
We need to put them to rest.
Okay.
The fires or the cloud things?
Yes.
The Kid Station knocks over a pillar.
Can I?
Do you want to like kick? You want to try to like kick it or lift it, or what are you trying to do?
My plan is just kick it.
Roll a general strength check then, as the pillars are marble.
Right. Dirty 20.
So you kick the top of the pillar, and it actually, the slat that's at the top is not affixed to the actual pedestal, and you kick it off, and you kind of kick it kind of into the next square. I'm assuming towards the creature, and the slate with the fire on it cracks, and hits the ground as the fire gets a little bit bigger as it starts to spread.
Oh. Get it! Of course, you set the room on fire.
This makes our lives so much more fun.
I didn't have my
Really?
broom. I would have one now. All right. Try beating it with the broom. Try beating the fire with the broom. I think you're supposed to beat fire.
I can't wait to set this
I
room
mean, we
on
don't
fire.
have a blanket, so
I do walk it with the broom because I want to see if
Oh
I can
no.
light the broom on fire.
So you begin to smack the broom, or smack the fire with the broom.
Yes, the goal is to make this worse.
And
no,
it so
don't
the
make it better. Don't listen to her.
so you begin to smack the broom or the fire with the broom, and because air current is a thing, it fans the flames, and begins to light the broom on fire. And the fire is there doesn't seem to be roll a perception as you're doing this.
Okay. 18.
The fire does not go out at all. In fact, the more it spreads, the stronger it gets.
No. Okay.
And you do fan the flames in the direction of like the little alcove, and it touches the being that's wailing, and it lets out a powerful scream as you notice each soul begins to burn off. Piece by piece as it begins to shrink and shrink and shrink. And suddenly that one does go, after enough time, it does go a little quiet. However, the broom is on fire and in your hand.
The question is the fire spreading throughout the broom, or is it look
Javelin the broom.
It is, so it is on fire, and it is creeping down your hand. Or it's creeping down towards your hand.
Okay, well, in the meantime,
You probably shouldn't be holding that.
Do I have enough time to beat each of the coffins?
Oh no.
It hurts me too.
So
Get
let's
drink.
see.
I think this would be what happens this time.
There is one near you. You can probably reach within the 6 seconds to go for. But go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll me in athletics.
I do have a quick question though.
Mhm.
Is any of the other ones making noise?
That's a good question. You have not rolled high enough to really. You understand that there are other ones that are making noise, but you've never rolled high enough to determine which ones are.
Okay. Athletics check. Let's go. Athletics check was a 26.
Cool. Do you want to go for the one that Leah is in front of, to the north of you, or the one to the south?
Like the enlarged fire on this.
Or you could potentially make it to the one on the left. So you can make it to one of them.
Okay, I'll make it to the one on the left.
Okay. So you run to the one on the left with your flaming broom, and you smack it, and it ignites, and it begins to make noise. With a 26, you have the peace of mind enough to drop the broom
Goodness.
as it begins to light. Good news is you kill this one as it begins to burn, and it screams out and dies. However, the broom for a couple of moments, scurries.
Oh. Oh, that's not good.
I love this problem.
Ah! Gail, run! Or fly.
Yeah, this entire time, Gail's just sat there, just looking at the fire and just a shocked look on his face, like, oh no.
No. Oh dear. So move towards the door fast. Really
And
fast.
you guys all get one more round, aside from Kittis, to do something. Before something happens.
I don't think that's a fight. I don't think we can fight that. That's fire.
No, there's other things alive.
Yeah, but fire doesn't have
Leah's
point.
gonna just take a moment and just listen and try and figure out which ones are making noise.
Perception.
Okay. That is a 10.
I'm gonna die.
So yes, you roll a 10. You notice the one in front of you is making noise, but the one directly behind you, or excuse me, you are facing the flame at the moment. The wailing one behind you is making noise. However, you look through the flames and see a floating, hulking black creature, and it doesn't seem to be making any noise.
Alright.
So the one to the left is not, the one behind you to the right is.
So she's gonna, given her height, can she grab the sconce that the flame is in?
Yeah, it's just a flame burning on top of a stone slab pedestal. So, yeah, it's like it comes to your waist.
Yeah. So, she's gonna grab whatever the flame is within, and then set it into the coffin.
Okay. For rhetoricals, go ahead and just do a strength.
Okay. Save or check?
Check.
Oh, 10.
Sorry. Athletics.
Oh, that's even better. Alright.
I realized that it wouldn't be a general strength. You're actually doing something, so that was my bad.
18.
Okay. So, yeah, with the 18, you'll be able to do it. So I'm assuming you want to burn the one behind you?
I do.
So you place the slab at its feet. Oops, not moving the map. The slab with the flame at its feet. And it does begin to burn and scream, and the wailing kind of ends. And in your moment, it does die in front of you.
Okay. And then she heads towards the door, as she does not want to be engulfed by this fire herself.
Cool.
What?
I'll let you go ahead and move your remaining movement there.
Imagine.
Gail, what would you like to do?
Seeing that Leah is moving towards the door, I think he's going to try and get away from this blue fire, which certainly... There's nothing else in his life that's blue fire, so he's just going to just casually move away from it, and he's going to use up all his movement and maybe even dash to get through.
Well, so you do have a 60-foot flying speed now.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah. So you want to try to get to the door?
Yeah. By flying.
Okay. So yeah, you'd be able to make it all the way to the door.
Nice.
Right here, if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Strike. Ah, words. Birds.
Rex is here? What?
Birds here.
Come on, other guest.
Shrike.
I have. Is the one next to me crying or making noises?
You can. You've already
Are you
established
sure
that one is.
Oh, that it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
you know that there are 3 still making noise. The top right, the bottom right, and the one you're in front of.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fly, take my rapier, take 3 pages out of my notebook, put them on the sword like a kebab, and I'm going to ignite a page and fling it off towards one. Ignite a page, fling it off towards the other. Ignite the third, fling it off towards the third as I am flying away and to the door.
Okay, let's see here. What's your
I feel like I should
movement?
get advantage just because of the way I thought that through.
What is your flight speed?
What is my
30 feet.
30 feet?
Okay. Yeah, so it's only 5 feet there, 30 feet there. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna roll a survival to see if you can accomplish this, because you're doing a lot of things. You're playing with fire that you're trying extremely hard not to touch, and you're doing a lot of action. So let's see what you can actually accomplish in that time.
Not bad. Shrike, what is your survival? Make it good. 3. That's a 15.
All right. So here's what we will do for you with a 15. So you grab your rapier, you stick the pages on, you kind of ignite it in the flame, and then you fling it towards the one that's closest to you. And then you begin to oh man, you realize that you're not going to be able to hit all 3. So you fly over to this one and basically throw the page here as well. Now, it begins to ignite them, but since the flame source was a lot smaller, it is taking a moment. But now there will be blue flames inside both. Here, let me just copy them. There will be blue flames inside both of these creatures, and they begin wailing and screaming. What I need from all of you is initiative.
Initiative.
Mhm.
Okay.
11.
Roll another one.
I have magic right now. I don't want
11.
Han?
I got a natural 20, so 23.
All right. So if I heard that right, it's Kit, Leah, Gale, Shrike. All right. Cool.
No Strix.
He's definitely here
Can
right
you
now.
say your name for
Yeah.
me one more time? I just need to audibly hear it. Cedar.
Shrike?
Shrike. Shrike, Shrike, Shrike. Okay, I'll get there.
Like the bird.
Like the bird.
Like the bird that beheads things and puts them on barbed wire.
Like the bird is the word. So we'll get some...
I really want to sing the song now, however, copyright.
Right.
That's a clue. That was a clue in one of the escape rooms we used to have. So, like, the sheer amount of times I've had to hear that phrase over the past couple months.
So we'll do this. But I think it's probably a good time to take a quick fiver. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just letting you know, I have a hard stop at 3:45. Otherwise, my sister will kill me.
What time is it over there for you now?
2:28.
Okay.
So we still got some time, and I
Still
just
got a
wanted to
little
make
bit of
sure
time.
that I said that so we know time-wise.
All
I
good.
want to make sure we get over to Tempest because I know Harry worked very hard to develop Tempest.
Oh, don't worry. We still got... I mean, this dungeon is not even half done.
Oh,
So we might need next session for it as well. Okay.
Yeah. No, I spent a lot of time on this, so yeah, you guys still have some play. But we'll take a quick fiver, and then we will come back. Sound good?
Alrighty.
in a minute.
Yo. I'm glad.
See if I can find that
Yeah.
while I'm over here in the UK.
But- We're starting up again.
More pain.
And we are home.
Hey.
So,
We're back.
Everything's on fire.
We are gonna die.
da 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 da. Okay, so that actually works out then. So we will do this.
Didn't like that.
So those two. We'll have this, and then those two will have that.
I don't use your teleportation abilities. Just thought.
Okay, so it's gonna start with our friendly neighborhood Evil Kittis.
So, is there anything still crying?
The one in the bottom right.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically, the other two are still going to
Yeah,
be
they're not on
alive
fire.
for a round. They are on fire, but yeah, the bottom right is the only one left not on fire.
This is a
Can I-
non-fire
let's
garbage
see.
can.
Would it be possible to fire a crossbow bolt through the fire to light it on fire?
I'd love that. Cool.
I mean, I guess it's theoretically possible. You'll just have to position yourself to get there.
Light it then shoot it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, so like, 'cause if I moved right here, wouldn't that be like perfect through fire?
So with line of sight and things like that, probably not. Because the most of the fire you're seeing is actually on the ground. If you want to be able to get, yeah, it would have to be through there because he's in a coffin which is raised. The pedestals are raised, so that would probably be your best chance.
Okay. So she's gonna fire. Then.
All right. Go ahead and hit your attack roll.
Okay, that is a 22.
Okay. So that will hit. And let's see if it ignites. So I will say it does.
Yee! Woo! Fire!
Because I basically did an odds evens per sconce. I just rolled 2 odds, and it actually was double 3s on 2 d6s. So, yeah, so it does in fact turn to a little bit of kindling, and it does kind of ignite. The flint in the arrowhead kind of sparks up and engulfs in a flame as it kind of catches, and the flame kind of arcs through the sky. You can actually hear the roar almost as it then pierces the wailing dead.
All right. So I get 2 attacks per action. So I move 1, 2. So I moved 1, 2, 3. So no, yeah, 3 down. So that's 15. So then, okay, I'm gonna move back up, and then use my bonus action to teleport in front of him. So that's 2 actions.
You attempt to teleport, but it fails.
Ah, no! My teleports! Why would you take that away from me? That's like one of my favorite things about playing Kittis. Do you know how rude that is?
You have any idea just how rude that is?
Yes, I do.
I would like to see your manager DM.
Kiddos Karen.
Truly the darkest timeline.
My deity didn't answer me, and I lost my teleport.
And I still haven't got my hit points back!
But yeah, so I guess I should just move back up because I don't think I have any more movement.
Okay. And that will be. Is that your turn then?
Yeah, because I don't have a good line of sight for anything else to attack. So.
Okay. Perfect. So then, it is Critters. You're on fire, so let's see which direction. It was Cedar that lit him up.
Strike.
Yes, it was Shrike that lit him up.
Cedar's not here right now.
Please leave a message.
Sorry, Cedar can't come to the phone right now. Why? Because she's dead. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god. Calm down, Taylor.
It runs directly for you while dripping bits of flame as each soul falls off of his body. And it drips to the floor, igniting it in a flame. And he moves his 30 feet and in a barreling dash directly towards you to just get one swipe in. However, because of the movement and because of the speed at which he ran, he actually is not strong enough to maintain a form of souls to hit you. So this flame of just death of dead souls twists around you in an attempt to strike, but the arm fades right through you as he falls to the ground dead. However, the second one that's not moving, that you just lit on fire, is staring directly at you. Where he now makes two attacks, one with an arm from his chest that forms and punches you, and the other one in claw hands that it uses to kind of strike across you. With an 8 and an 18.
One of those hits.
One of those hits.
Which one?
Yes.
Yes. All of them.
All the hits.
Oops, that was the wrong dice.
Everything.
I was like, that doesn't look like a D12. That does. Alright, oof. As in, you take 15 damage of psychic damage as you hear the screams so loud that they vibrate your body and your lungs begin to kind of collapse in on themselves. You take 15 psychic damage as the creature then also succumbs to the fire. Now, the problem that you're going to have is you have to roll a dex save.
Big oof. Dex save? Oh, wait, that's for me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I dazed out. I'm tired. Sorry. We didn't sleep very well last night. Oh, that's not... I don't like that. 9.
Take your hit points. Oh, you're already down.
So you...
What?
How are you down?
Oh, what? How did that happen?
Well, how are you down? I never hit... I only hit you... You have more than 15 life, right?
I should not.
Well, there
be
was
down
that 4 hit points from earlier on, and you know.
Yeah.
I had 47 total. What?
Yeah.
I think my computer glitched and tried to kill Strike.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I think you've only taken, what? 20... Not even... It was 19 then, right?
19, yeah.
15
19,
plus 4.
Including the... Yeah.
Yeah, so you're
Just
up.
heal 47 and then take away 19.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have no idea how that happened.
So you should be on 28, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
28.
Okay, that was weird. I don't know how that happened.
Computers.
So you do your dex, and you jump out of it. But as you jump out of the fire, as it's kind of falling towards you, it catches your arm, and your arm ignites. And you are on fire on your arm.
Thanks,
Uh,
journalism. Oh, yeah.
and you will take 4 damage from that.
Okay.
But that was their turn. So that brings us up to Leah.
Okay. So she will start running towards the door, and when she reaches the fire, she will actually try to make. Would it be a high jump or a long jump to cross the fire?
It'd be a high jump.
Oh,
Or, well, actually, so depending on where you do. If you're jumping over the pedestal to get through it, but now you're looking at basically a wall of fire. The pedestals will be higher than the floor.
yeah. So it would be a diagonal movement. It would be from this square to this square, over this square, to the shit.
I get you. So
Yeah,
that would be a long jump then.
Okay. So let me check the rules on the long jump. Okay. So, how far across is the fire?
It's taking up a 5-foot square.
Okay. So I can just barely clear this. Because when you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score, not modifier.
Yeah.
You move at least, so I can.
You should be able to jump like 15, 20 feet, I think, right?
Yeah. No, I can't. So I'll get up there. I'll jump 10 feet over it, killing off 20 feet of my movement total, and then I will use my last 10 to get right up to Gale.
Buddy.
All right.
Buddy.
Anything else you're doing?
I will have my back to the door, and I will raise my shield in a defensive position, block as like a bulwark between Gale and the fire.
Good word usage. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Solid.
Good
Solid
word.
RP words there. All right.
It's a good word.
Okay, so you're actually going to take a defensive stance then, more or less, right?
I will.
Okay.
But it's not to avoid the fire, it's to keep the fire off of Gale.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Will that be your turn then?
That will.
Perfect. Gale.
Okay, quick question. I think I know the answers already. Magical effects, that would cancel out my channel divinities, wouldn't it? Because that's cleric ability, but it involves magic, so I'm guessing that would be cancelled out.
It would.
Yeah. I thought I'd double check, but that's all cool there. Yeah, I think I'm going to sort of see Lee approach me and go, hey, I'm going to go bonk that thing. And I'm going to move towards
The whole room's on fire. Hey.
yeah. Hey, how you doing? I'm going to move towards this coffin over here. And I will sort of hug the corner as I get around the flame, so I'm within striking distance of this guy here, and I'm just going to bonk him with my mace.
You know that's one of the quiet ones, right?
Okay, I'm not going to do that. Where are the ones that are...
They're all on fire right now.
Crying?
The only one that's left, I think, is in the
Down the
top
bottom,
right
okay.
corner, right?
I'm hearing is we just let it burn, leave it, and run.
Okay, in that case, I don't really want to... I can't get down that far. I'd like to try and hold my action and use that to apply any sort of medical checks or anything like that when we have people coming through.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, not to DM intervention, if you did want to do a medicine check on the flaming bird, I will allow it.
Yep.
Hello, flaming bird. Please help.
But that will be up to you and what type of supplies that you have.
Let me just double check that quickly.
Bird is on fire.
That's the problem when you've got a cleric. I've got my water skin, so I'm going to try and put out a little bit of the fire using that. If you'll allow me.
Sure. So hit a medicine for me.
Hitting medicine, yes. 21.
Oh, wow.
Dang, above 20 rolls today, man. All right.
I rolled 2 ones earlier, so this is like karma treating me
Yeah,
to
that's true.
some good stuff for once.
So you
Trade-off.
You
Yeah.
subconsciously, so you're looking at the fire and you're looking at the way the broom spread it and the effects that it's having, and you kind of look at the fire and think about the fire for a moment as you're looking to treat the wound, and you notice that it's slowly traveling, and then where you would assume that the fuel for the feathers that it's burning, once they were up, you would be like, oh, that piece of fire should no longer be there. So you instinctively go for water, but as you do a 21 medicine check, you realize the only way to stop the fire from spreading over Shrike entirely would actually be to cut out the afflicted area.
Right.
Oh,
Please tell me it's just your
Okay.
feathers.
I hope to goodness.
Yeah, I haven't got anything to cut with, so I'm gonna pass that information along to Shrikey.
Okay.
I say, hey,
Ugh.
this stuff's burning you. You're gonna have to cut out the feathers. It's going
Oh,
way too deep. I'm really
lovely.
sorry to be bearer of bad news.
Okay.
That's
And she-
that's magic fire.
Just she hands you one of the daggers. Take it, cut it out, make it quick.
Okay. Is that going to be another action? So
what it
So
is with that medicine roll, it would actually be her turn next. So if you wanted to
We have to cut it all.
assist
Oh,
with that medicine check,
happily.
then what it'll do is, so if she goes to hit the affected area, I'll give her an advantage for the assist. If she doesn't, then she'll just do her normal turn without any sort of advantage on it.
no,
Okay,
I'm gonna cut it out.
Yeah, I'll end my turn with the advantage giving there then, I guess.
Cool. Then
Great.
roll in medicine with advantage. Survival. You roll a survival with advantage.
Survival with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty 20.
All right.
Nice.
So you take one of your knives very carefully, and you actually cut just below and fillet your own skin that's being burned. So not only is it burning, you feel the heat from the flame, but now you're actually filleting a piece of your own skin and feathers as a chunk of your actual arm that's ignited falls to the ground in flame. And the knife itself that you were holding, you managed to actually flick off everything so you can maintain the blade. But you spend your action throwing the flame to the ground, and after cutting it off, and you will. What's your improvised? So not that bad. 3 damage.
Thank you.
You managed to cut very, very, very well.
Ugh. Woo! Okay. Better than burning. Better than burning. Silver lining.
If I get my magic back, I'm healing you. Just to say.
Appreciated.
So, that going to be your turn? Are you going to do any sort of movements? Anything else?
I want to. Crap.
I mean, it's already on fire.
It's already on fire, so I can. How tall are the flames?
5 foot when they're on ground level, 10 foot when they're on a pedestal.
How tall is the room?
10 to 12 feet.
It'll be fine. The thing's already on fire, and there's not really much place for it to go.
No. You're back here.
I'll be fine. Don't worry.
What do you mean you'll be fine? You can't teleport.
I'll be fine. I'll figure it out.
I have wings. I could just. You.
Do you think Shrike would actually care enough?
No, but I
Then
do.
Don't leave me
Okay,
alone.
Fine.
Stay in character.
Uh,
I'm gonna play a mean character. Oh, but you're my friend.
All right. So, anything?
so I want to be here and basically position so that Leah is in between me and the fire, and I'm just kind of holding the arm. Like in Home Alone. When Kevin is first bugging the 2 bandits, and he's just silently under his breath not cursing but almost. That's
Yeah.
what's going on here.
All right. So this will
I
be
love that movie.
this will be
love
our black creatures' turns now, as they move here, and they move here. Silently, they move 5 foot towards each flame that they're next to. And that will actually be their turn. Now I do have to now roll a bunch of things. How many there are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh dear.
Pardon me while I roll like 30 d4s for a second.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
that's not good. That's not good. That's no bueno. What we like to call in the business no bueno.
Well, they each have a direction to go, so it's just determining which direction is going for each one. Okay.
Right.
You're just sort of humming away to yourself.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm getting out of this.
I mean, you could do what Leah did because you are strength based and long jump over the lower fires.
That's what I was planning, but here's the problem. I'm really kind of cornered.
Yeah,
Jump.
well, right. So you can long jump over the small fire because you have a long jump distance of 18 feet.
True.
Because you have a long jump distance equal to your strength score.
Oh, sweet.
So then that gives you could realistically say that's a 15-foot long jump, and then 15 feet of regular movement, action dash, do the same thing again.
Could do that. That would work. Problem is there's starting to be a lot of fire.
No, there's more. Hey, DM. Stop adding fire.
I have to.
Oh my no!
Give me a second.
Hey, DM.
Oh.
Are you an arsonist? Just asking for a friend.
No, it's Kidis that was the arsonist.
Hey, DM.
Well, no, if
Reason
anything,
why-
when
Stop
Dana
arsing around.
died, he absorbed her soul.
Harry.
Thank you, Sophie.
That was good, not gonna lie. Can't.
Okay. So that's enough. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I missed 2. I missed. How many did I miss? 4? Give me 1 second.
Dude, stop.
Sorry, you're in a room of burning fire.
As opposed to what other kind of fire? May I ask?
Those are fine.
Why have I got Johnny Cash going through my head right now?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
You guys realize that this is why the spell plague was so horrible for the world.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, fire burn. And
That's not good.
in the top of the room, you guys got pretty lucky because most of it traveled downward or filled empty spaces. But you notice as you guys kind of turn back, you're bracing yourselves, and Kidis is on the other side of the room, just kind of running, and you are just kind of watching this fire slowly spread.
Okay.
Run! Run! Faster! Second.
Oh, hold on. That round happened. So here's the interesting thing for you guys.
I don't like it when you say that.
The moment Shrike stops kind of muttering to herself, the final hands move off the ears of the monkey, and the door behind you opens.
Go, go, go. Come on, kid.
And that'll be Kidis' turn, I believe, because she was at the top of the round.
Okay. Do I think these things are gonna attack me?
Hard to say.
Just keep
Okay.
running.
So the only
Use the
place I
dash
have to
action.
go is I'm gonna go up because that's the only place that has a path.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to go around it and jump over fire.
So you're gonna long jump through So I'm assuming you're dashing and kind of jumping through both, right?
Through the snow and on horse opens.
Kind of technically.
No.
I was trying to do it. Cause I was gonna try to go around it, but if I can go through it or over it, let's
So
go.
it is just kind of an amalgamation of souls. So it doesn't have like a full corporeal form. It will have an effect on you, but you could potentially just run, and then like run through it, jump over the fire, dash, and then do another long jump, and probably you might land. Math for me here. What is your movement speed?
30 feet.
My movement speed is 30, and I'm doing dash. I'm not doing any attack action.
So we're doing a dash. Okay. And then you're going to jump over each fire?
Yep.
Like a rabbit.
Okay.
And I have a long jump of 18. You said?
Yeah.
Right.
And that takes up how much movement?
1 foot for 1 foot.
Thank you. So, plotting a
Naruto run, and the
course.
brain
Yeah,
can't pass you.
basically. So you moves 15. So that'll be 10 plus 5. That'll be 30. 35. 40. Okay. So with a dash, planning your route for you, if you would like to, just so you can kind of see, you can either choose to jump through both the ghost and this flame here and get through, and then you could potentially end up right here, or you would end up occupying the same square as our friend.
I'd rather end up on the other side.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend sharing a square with him.
So,
I don't think he wants to share.
give me 2 athletics checks and a wisdom save. Or, well, give me 1 athletics and a wisdom.
The long jump actually doesn't require an athletics check. I don't know if that's what that's for, but...
It is. My thought was she's doing 2 while doing a dash.
Oh,
So, it wouldn't be a difficult roll, but, like,
Well, I got it.
in my head she's rushing. Okay, so yeah. Technically, you're right, because it would basically, long jump would just kill it, and you wouldn't have to worry about the terrain, but since she was doing 2 in one action, I kind of
no, that's fair.
rule-cooled it a little bit.
Wisdom was 13.
Alright. So you just take off like a bat out of hell. Like, you are just booking, and you kind of push through the creature, and you just kind of wave through it, and it's almost like a smoke that dissipates for a moment before it reforms, and it kind of turns around and watches you then jump over this flame. You hear, though, the screeching of pain as you kind of run through it, and you will take 10 damage of just pure psychic damage, and the pain kind of causes you to stumble foot, but with a 26 you kind of regain your footing as you jump through and over the other flame, looking at your friends as they're all staring at you and being like, "Get to the door!"
Kenneth is just laughing like a maniac. It's like I'm back at home!
Now, here is the thing, though. Is Kittis is out of movement.
Yep.
And I need a group insight check.
Oh dear.
Oh gosh. Actually, I've got
9.
Nice.
9.
22. 22.
Kittis?
Very much.
Oh, I need to roll.
Strike sees all. What can I say?
Strike knows all.
9. Got 9s and 22.
9s and
Strike is
22.
like being in excruciating pain, having just chopped her arm off. Is like, let's take stock of this situation.
Let's see what we got to work with.
Shrike has a moment. And it's an emotional
Strike
moment.
has a moment.
Seeing her friend jump over the flame and then stop, she alone realizes that, and we'll convey this to the rest of the group, that the flames could catch Kittis still before she makes it out. There's a chance that the spread rate of the flames will catch her before she has a chance to catch her footing after the jump and make it out of the room.
Gruff and go.
And that will bring us to Leah's turn with that knowledge.
Alright. So Leah's actually going to. Okay. So here, well, actually, let me look at something really quickly.
So what's Strike's intention again? Sorry, is she just gonna leave Kiddis behind?
No, if we get to my turn and Kiddis is still not moving, she's gonna just scruff Kiddis and drag her through the door.
Good, because Gale would have words.
Oh, absolutely.
Alright. So I
would
don't believe this
expect
is a
them to have
magical
words.
effect, but I'll let you be the deciding factor of that. So Leah is going to Leah is gonna take the 5-foot step in this direction, grab Kiddis by like the back of the armor, and start to just fling her in the direction of the door. And right at the last possible moment of contact, she is going to come back. So she flings with her left arm, and at the last possible moment of contact, she's going to swing around with her right arm and just full force punch Kiddis in the back, and use Strike of the Stone Giant to push her another 10 feet.
Oh.
Oh, good thinking.
Yeah, clever.
What is that? Is that a?
It's a feat.
That's a feat. Okay, no. That's internalized. So, no, you can use that as a feat. That'd be one of the only things that would survive this. And if it didn't, I would have let you do it anyway because that's awesome. So yeah, you literally just kind of do that. The only thing I would need from you is unless Kid is contested in any way, I would only just need an improvised, just a damage roll for the the punch.
Okay, just damage.
Getting punched in the spine.
Yeah. So.
Damage.
Yeah. That's what I was kind of wondering.
Spine.
So yeah, that's what I was wondering because I was like, that feat adds like a D6, I think, to that.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So Kiddis, you recognize that Leah is attempting to save you, and with her hulking strength, she kind of lifts you up, and then flings you over to like kind of punch you, to just kind of propel you as you would fly through the air, and it would hurt.
On you.
Do the angle. You would probably barrel through Gale.
No, I would specifically not aim for Gale.
Okay.
If anything, I would aim for the one I called a sentient throw pillow.
So yes.
That's fair.
As long as you don't attempt to contest it, I'll just let this.
No, I'm not contesting.
I'll let this rule
like,
cool.
We're going fine.
Yeah, so I'll drop the rolls and for the straight damage. You flip her over and punch her, and she goes barreling into Cedar, who's like holding her arm in pain, and they like catch each other and fall. Like Kiddis kind of lets out an audible groan as like probably a rib cage just got fractured. And I'm assuming will use the rest of your movement speed to kind of then break and go through. Do you guys all go through the door together then?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a choice of door in the unknown or fire.
Then you.
Gale's going to stay with the traumatizing blue fire. That's going to be Gale's move.
So Kiddis goes flying in pain, and you all kind of break and bolt through the door as reality cracks and shifts. And I'm going to take a moment to clean up the map.
Alright. And then, does our magic return to us?
What's interesting is the next room that you go into is going to have
The other four?
Cedar, Kiddis, Dana, Dana the White, and Tempest. So I'm gonna clean this up really quick, and let's get back to what.
No doubt about it. I am ready to do so.
fun setting everything on fire.
That was so funny.
And I love that my character has probably taken the most damage out of this dungeon.
I mean, you are the one that set fire.
Well, the thing is, both versions of my character. Because regular Kid got straight up kicked in the face, and then fell. Well, then shattered reality and fell. And then my character,
when you just casually shatter reality,
took psychic damage and got punched in the back.
Yep.
I mean, that's just a normal day for us at this point. We just break the rules of reality.
Also, just because I want to gloat a little bit, that punch was 1 point below maximum damage.
Also, I'm very excited for Leah to meet like regular Cedar now, because the only context she's had is this absolute trash fire of a woman.
Yep. And I love that Kid is like, friends, and then proceeds just to be stupid.
Kidis is there just singing the Friends song for Usanas.
Oh my gosh.
Friends.
It's 5 more friends.
I'm not going to sing the rest of it.
Yeah.
So you guys find yourselves just kind of casually walking. Tempest is there, Dana the White's there, and it seems like you guys are just struck up in normal conversation. Cedar and Kidis regular
Kidis regular
are kind of just walking through, and original flavor Kidis.
Original.
And you kind of walk through, and then you feel the crack, and then you look back, and you see a room engulfed in blue flame that you guys don't remember coming from. But you just kind of are now getting used to this place, so you move forward. And whereas Kidis and Cedar were together in that last room with the hypodermic needle handle, you're now actually joined by Tempest and Dana the White, which is now the new name that we're sticking with.
Yeah.
Do you remember the needle room?
You do remember the needle room.
Just needed to know.
However, you don't remember the room of blue fire that you just came from.
Yeah, that tracks.
And anything that happened in the needle room, you'll actually retain the memory of as well.
Okay.
Should I describe everybody what Tempest looks like?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we've already established that Tempest is much paler and is a lot more tired looking than Gale. Still has the same stormy grey eyes, but his hair's longer, sort of down towards the shoulder. And as he's an edge, and as he often just shifts quite violently, as if there's an angry sort of tornado in his hair. And instead of the colourful armour that Gale normally wears, he's wearing grey robes with some very dark blue highlights. And there's no wings, because Tempest doesn't need them to fly, since he has spells for that. And he is a warlock, as we already explained that.
Kidis just kind of sits down for a minute because she's I'm going to kind of do a short rest to try to heal up.
Fell through a glass roof of reality. I don't know.
So
are we? Okay, yeah, never mind.
So Kidis begins to sit and try to do a little bit of a short rest. Roll an insight for me, Kidis.
Insight.
Or an arcana, whichever you'd like.
I'll do arcana for 21.
Okay. Time is not traveling.
So I don't get to heal?
So you don't feel like if you were to try to rest, that anything would happen, because the passage of time doesn't exist here.
I know what to do for once. I want to look in my bag, and I want to pull out the healing salve that Mai gave me like so long ago.
Okay.
That I literally have not gotten to use yet.
Was that like session 1?
Yeah. Session 1.
It's like, here's this bonus item I have to give you to go on this adventure and use, and y'all are like, nah.
For context, watch episode 4.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to save it because we have a healer, so I wanted to make it when we don't have like a
Yeah.
immediate like healer character, and that's now. Did it. I'm very excited right now.
No, yeah. Let me double check my notes on that item. That was a 1D something, wasn't it?
I actually have it.
Yeah, I have to go back. I can find it, but if you have
It's a D4 plus 4.
D4 plus 4. Okay.
Not bad.
Oh, you take that. So I'm like, hey, give me your hand. Give me your hand. I assume it's the needles.
No, it's the fall.
Okay. And she just hands you the staff. Just take that and put it on where it hurts.
And so she just kind of starts putting it gently, like, everywhere.
Since you're applying it, then go ahead and roll a D4 and then add a 4.
Oh yeah, that's 7 healing.
Okay, you heal for 7 damage. As this like, it's almost like icy hot, where it just like cools the body and warms it up till the muscles don't ache and the pain seems to fade.
And I cast Mage Armor on myself.
Well, I must say, you are fairly crafty for people such as yourselves. Nice work on the staff.
Thank you. Your voice sounds different. It's weirding me the heck out.
Sorry, would you prefer I sounded a bit more youthful and innocent?
Is my going crazy? Are you hearing this too?
You
okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if you need anything, okay?
Kenneth stands up and starts looking around the room.
Let me guess, you were expecting somebody else, weren't you?
Yeah, but I don't know what this is. I don't know what to expect right now. You're not Gale. Kind of guessing that.
Bonus marks. Well, I was Gale, in a sense, but I've thrown off that name. It's a little juvenile, don't you think? The name's Tempest.
If this is another split personality thing like Dana and Scarred Woman, I'm gonna have a connection.
Oh, I'm nothing like your butterfly companion. I don't need wings.
Okay, so you know about... Huh.
Technically, you would have mentioned it in the first room, in the last session.
I did. Right.
I'm a good listener. What can I say?
Also, I got a top comment here. Bond villain? Question mark.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, well, he is British, so.
Yep. Always cast the Brits to play your villains. Of course, I know who each of you are. Cedar Nectea and Kittis, the child of death. Well, I know your other versions, of course.
How?
Well, I have certain knowledge, what can I say?
Does my other version have a pretty dress too?
No, but she has a pink sword. Goes with the...
That's a win. It's kind of cool. That is a win.
That's pretty cool, not gonna lie.
I should get a pink sword.
And
No.
as for you...
Gun!
Oh no.
Does this Dana have my gun?
Dana! Holy crap, she might be dead.
Well, your Denala may very well be.
Has my gun?
You just full named her. Are y'all mad or something? Are you mad at her or something? You just
No, I just don't believe in nicknames. Isn't that right, Denala?
No, that's pretty accurate. That's what it's been like that for a year.
Yes,
gun.
times pass differently for
Yeah.
us.
Okay, same here.
Peter, what's up? Did Dana ever fix my gun?
Oh, I'm never gonna hear the end of this one. I don't know. Maybe we can see if, like, I mean, maybe she's alive. Maybe her backpack didn't get absorbed. I don't know.
I want my gun.
I
Denala,
know.
they require firearms.
You don't require it. She just likes it.
It's a no.
Very astute observation, kiddo.
Yes, but you need that to mimic a fraction of true power.
Yeah, but it doesn't require.
Oh.
I don't have as many limitations on it, and it's fun.
So is casting a good round of Eldritch Blast.
I bet that would
Eldritch
be
Blast!
fantastic.
Oh, yeah, right, because Warlock. Oh.
Indeed. And you are
What?
just as observant as I presumed, Ectea.
Oh, please don't call me that.
Would you prefer I call you Cedar?
Yes.
Strigine?
That's my. Yeah. I don't like the tone. That's creeping me out. But okay. What's your patron? Warlocks have patrons. That'll help me know some stuff.
That's a good point. What is my patron? It's been a while since I made this character.
If it's
Hang on.
Is it the one you and I built together?
It is, yes.
Hexblade.
Well, mine's the Hexblade.
Like Ford. Okay, I can categorize that. This is weird.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but if it helps you understand.
Okay. So you're called Tempest. Okay.
Yes.
And that is a Dana. Okay. What's your deal?
Tell her.
I mean, not much. I mean, what do you want? What do you want to know?
What the heck is going on? I mean, if our Dana's dead, you're still alive, so that's hopeful. Why do you have the same attitude whereas he is completely different?
Well,
And what does that mean for the both of us?
one moment, please. And can I pull out my flute and try and make a performance check to reach out to White to see if I can figure out what's what?
Sure.
Cool.
By the way, meanwhile, Kidis is now ignoring the conversation. She's not looking around
That's
the entire room.
Alright.
That
like-
is a 19.
Okay. So if you're 19, Kidis, while I explain this, go ahead and roll your investigation.
Okay.
Let's see. White would probably be the only one who could reach you. Okay.
Ooh.
So you kind of do your performance, and you are kind of playing your flute. And with a 19, you actually almost create a visual effect with your music of a veil being kind of strewn about the room. One that you kind of recognize immediately is the one that White wrapped you in when she was showing you fractions or paths to your futures. And there, this White Dana is playing a flute, and a veil is almost being read out. And you get an image that you might not fully understand, but the veil, instead of reading like a scroll, will actually go flat and fracture downward as opposed to around. And it's going down to form, like multiple now begin to show up in layers. And the veil that would be a scroll that kind of wraps around is going multiple layers and forming the trunk of a tree as a blue ember is igniting the bottom of that tree. And you see yourself on 3 different points in the tree branches as they begin to form. And then the tree stands upright, and you're in a position standing in a single point in creation, and you see the two realms. Instead of a tree trunk, you would see the normal Feywild and Shadowfell beneath you and above you. And so, roll an history or arcana, whichever you'd prefer.
Dirty 20 for Arcana.
So you would know or recognize a little bit about this, and the impression that you get with a 20, because that's actually all these 20 rolls for information. You look at the world and you get the impression that the timeline that you're in currently predated the current shape of the world as you know it today.
Mm-hmm.
And that pieces of you are fractured in the actual Feywild pockets that made up the tree of reality, and basically the way it was fabricated before the formation of the Feywild and Shadowfell.
Okay.
And that you're broken in between pieces of it 1,300 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Well, so Denala kind of explains. Well, so from the way I seem to understand it, think of it as, so you know one version of me, there's clearly another. So imagine if we started as one. One thing happened. There were two options. Option A happened to Denala Prime, split onto the left path. Option B happened to another version of that exact same Denala, split onto the right path. So let's say Denala Prime took option A, became your Dana, and that version ceased to exist upon your version of the arena battle. Whereas option B happened to me. I took path B, and for whatever reason, I don't know why your Dana was in the pit and not watching it like I was, but as a result, I am not yet dead.
Multiversal theory.
Indeed. Which of course begs the question, where did we diverge?
Right. And how the heck do you know about our altars? That's what I'm curious about.
We talked a
Because
lot.
you told us.
Yes, but
Yes, you
But
do have a
what-
knack for voicing your opinions and thoughts out loud.
called verbal processing. I tend to do it a lot.
By the way,
It just
Duncan,
takes
26.
someone who listens.
What was that?
26
Gotcha.
for
So we have
investigation.
about 20 minutes.
Okay. Oh, I thought that was your investigation roll.
Yeah, no.
No.
That was the investigation roll. 26.
Oh.
Rain
Okay.
and Charisse were saying two completely different things.
Oh, but it just happened to
Yeah.
line up with the time.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Because you said 45, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah, so you've got about 20 minutes
Was
or so.
that a jester there? That was actually pretty good.
I guess. Oh, thank you. It happens automatically now.
Just method. Okay. So continuing on a little bit then. Not to intervene too much with the discussion, but you have a very happy Kiddist kind of bouncing around the room.
During this entire conversation.
And Kiddis goes to the bottom room and sees a torture chamber for prisoners. Very clean, no blood. Looks like it's never been used. The next room seems to have been kind of an interrogation room with various benches and seatings. The next room up on the left is basically just destroyed. There seems to be supplies for food, barbed wire, almost like war supplies. And then there are 4 jail cells on the right side of the room with skeletons that have been there for a very, very long time. The fourth one, the most top one, is locked and seems to have what looks to be an ethereal form of a human standing above the skeleton. And the other three, the skeletons have decayed to a point where it won't hold a form, and the doors are open.
So
And that is what
while
you
they're
see.
while they're chatting, Kid is gonna be like, "Oh, hello," and say hi to the ghostie.
And he kind of nods to you.
What are you doing in there?
What languages do you speak?
I speak Abyssal, Common, Infernal, Sylvan.
Perfect. He actually says in Infernal to you. Dying, I guess.
That can be fun, to a degree.
Yes. Well,
What?
you'd be next in line to die with me if your party doesn't get the door answer correct. And he points to the door.
What does the door ask?
You have to hit it in the right order. And if you don't, whoever's standing in the cell gets trapped forever. That's
Why
what I'm
would we
doing
stay in
here.
the cell then?
It's the only way for us to activate the door. Our party leader, Strix, she was not Shrike. Oh my god, I'm doing it again. Shrike thought she'd get the right answer, and I honestly think she got the wrong one on purpose to let me die. And I've been here ever since.
That's sad. Do you know what time period are you in?
The year of our Lord, 1287, last I checked.
Okay. Do you have any tips on the door?
Well, I wasn't alive long enough to see what was entered, so I couldn't really tell you.
Okay.
Hey, do you got a couple of gold?
Yeah. She tosses to Uin, towards the ghost.
And when it hits the ground, in the cell, the gold fades, the soul fades, the skeleton disintegrates into a powder of dust, and the jail cell opens.
May you find rest. Okay. Cedar! I don't know what part of the conversation you guys have been in.
I don't know, where are we in this conversation?
Where are
Are
you
you-
guys in that conversation?
I'm scared.
So you guys get a moment to talk it out if you want before you're interrupted.
Okay.
Because you guys
Sure.
were probably ignoring the crap out of her.
So, tell me,
Making the
Cedar.
common mistake of not watching the child every second.
Yeah. Tell me, Cedar. Aside from your name and your prudish appearance, what else is different about you?
I mean, I don't know what my altar is like, so I don't really know how to answer that.
What's your
I don't
history
know.
like?
Ask for clarifying questions?
Very well. Chalice and Silverco, do they still breathe?
Not anymore, luckily. It's a recent thing.
A recent thing.
Yeah, we just kind of came from the whole Silvico thing, and before that was the whole Shalius thing.
I see. I see.
That
Interesting.
surprises you.
Well, when I first met your daughter, Shrikey, She'd already dealt with Shalius.
Oh,
Just curious is all. And
that's fair.
you're a wizard, aren't you?
Yeah. Is she?
Of a sorts. She's more a leader than a spellcaster, but she does like to get her talons dirty.
Oh. I assume she
Oh,
still
yes.
leads the guild then if Shalius isn't at the picture.
Very much so, yes. Which helps us, in a way.
With what?
Well, she helps me find artifacts, objects of power, that sort of thing. Let's say I clear out the competition.
Oh. Okay. So how are you different from my Gale?
Let me see. Again, I'm trying to establish a baseline myself as to what Gale is like. Let me see. First major event when I was 12, parentage. And from then I decided to devote myself to growing powerful enough to live up to my heritage.
Oh. So you know your heritage.
Oh, yes.
This would be the same for both.
I'm guessing yours doesn't.
No.
Oh, I want to tell you,
Although-
and prize alone will be interesting.
Well, you want to volunteer that information?
No,
Oh.
it'll be more intense that way. Because let's face it, as soon as he figures out who he comes from, the potential is he could still turn into me.
No.
I'm an inevitability, Cedar.
You're a choice
Potential
on
for me. I am the inevitability of power. I don't dedicate myself to healing those lessers. And that is what set me
Oh.
free. Oh, sorry, did you think you were special?
No. No.
No. It's because you aren't, really. You're just the first person that Gale came to. He attached himself like a lost puppy to you. It's quite sickening, actually. Once he finds out who he really is, he won't have need for friends. He'll leave you. Just like everybody else.
You're wrong.
Really. Okay,
Yeah.
aside from your brother and the people around you, name one person that has stuck by your side.
Dimrin. She's not here physically, but in spirit, yeah.
And has this Dimrin assisted you recently? Say, when you defeated the Predator?
Actually, she did. She went to go look for uh, boyfriend. I think they're official. I don't know. I haven't asked. But
Oh, that
we.
emo boy, Reslin.
Oh gosh, y'all know Reslin?
Yes,
Huh?
he's a little annoying. But,
Interesting. I wonder if their relationship's an inevitability. Huh? Sorry, I'm focused.
think all you like. I like watching you think.
Well, that's slightly uncomfortable.
Cedar!
And the kid's calling, so I will just start walking away now. Goodbye, creepy blue fella.
And so just before I forget to do this before next session, Denala is gonna walk up to this set of doors. And do I see any cracks to the other side, like that allow me to see past the door?
Even with an investigation, there would be none. It's a perfectly interlocked stone door, made of marble and stone, from what it looks like. On a quick perception.
Okay. Like you want me to roll, or?
No. You wouldn't have to roll. There would be. There's not really a way to see through it.
Okay.
It's very interlocking. There doesn't even really seem to be like air traveling to and from.
Gotcha.
Did you want to inspect like the door itself, or just if you're looking for cracks and things?
She would just be looking for cracks, but she will go and inspect the door once she can't find any.
All right. So a quick inspection of the door. You see just the inscription on the door that says "Choose your representative," as they will be the only ones safe from the internal prison. Open the door to be free and travel forward. And on the door, you actually see 4 gemstones that look like they can be depressed. Not emotionally, but like physically.
A load of shit, Crystal.
And there seems to be 4 of them that have to be pushed in an order. And the only way that you can actually push them in, like you kind of feel them out a little bit, is when you try to kind of touch one, the cell doors creak.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you guys. So, we gotta choose someone to solve the riddle puzzle thing, and then the rest of us have to kind of climb into a cell, and if you get it wrong, we die. I just kind of watched someone die.
Oh, there was a person there?
Yeah, you guys were busy talking, so I kind of chatted with his ghost.
That's standard for the course at this point.
So yeah, so we kind of have to choose someone to solve the colors, and then the rest have to sit in there. And if you fail, the doors close and we get locked here for eternity.
Was there any other information you could think of that this spirit gave you?
Shrike apparently got it wrong, and he thinks it was on purpose.
Oh yes, that's so very her.
So Shrike is she a murder hobo? I've been hearing about murder hobos lately.
No, not exactly. I think she likes the screams, personally.
And then Shrike is my altar.
Oh yes. Very much so.
Process that one. Pardon this question, but like you two are friends? No offense, but you don't seem capable of having meaningful relationships.
Well, not
No
friends as such. We have an arrangement.
Okay.
I admire her for her strength. But I could kill her at any time.
Okay.
Are there any clues to the puzzle right now, or do we have to lock people in the rooms?
Let's look around a little sooner. I mean, for a little longer before we make a decision like that.
Yeah, is there any clues to like how the puzzle gets solved, like in terms of what order you click them in?
Let's look at those other rooms. You said there were multiple?
Yeah, torture, interrogation, ruined.
Oh, Lovely. You want to come look in the torture room with me?
Oh, the stones are
Callback.
pretty.
Ooh.
They are quite pretty, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't look at them. But yeah, so she kind of walks and she starts looking around each of the rooms to try to see if there's any clues to what order these stones go in.
Not Kittis. Cedar goes with Kittis and kind of looks in the same room. And at one point, she kind of taps Kittis on the shoulder. You've got to get back to R2 as soon as possible.
I don't know. I kind of like these ones.
No, this one's a jerk.
Yeah, I know. And we have Soy Boy.
This is a sociopath.
Rude.
Yeah.
Consider this is the alternative, Sharif.
Yeah. No. Sociopath. He reminds me too much of Sherry. Okay? I want to get away from him as quickly as possible.
That's nice. We have to figure out how to get out of this room.
I'm just saying, be very careful. And I have no idea about Denal. Our Dana's a wild card. I have no idea, no patterns for this one.
If you poke her without her warning, she kicks you in the face.
I don't
There
poke
is a
things
pattern.
without warning.
Seems to be pretty consistent for Dana's.
Yeah.
That's not the problem.
It's that canon event.
Yes. Okay. Do I see anything useful?
In the torture room?
Yeah.
So let's just do a group investigation really quick.
Right. And I will be using my Tempest dice for this one.
That's not good.
That is a nat
19.
1.
Is it nat 1?
11 days.
And 21.
19, 21, 11, nat 1. That's good stuff. Dana just seems lost. But as far as, I think Cedar and who... There's 21 and 19?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, yeah. I got the
Tempest.
19.
Gotcha. Okay, so you two notice that in each cell there is a panel that can be flipped up. But as you began touching it, the door behind you began to close.
Whoa!
So you didn't pull it up all the way, and you didn't get to see what was underneath it.
Like,
But
these are in the cells.
these are in the cells. There's one in each cell.
So
Yay.
I'm gonna try something, and then we're gonna have
Hard
to call
stop.
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 30 seconds. Janala is gonna walk into the first cell, fully flip up the panel.
Oh.
What do I see?
Dana went full send.
You see an O.
Okay. And then she's gonna close the panel. Does the door reopen?
Nope.
Okay. So she is going to she is gonna turn around, and she can see through the door, correct?
Yeah, it's a normal cell.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. She's going to attempt to cast darkness centered on her.
Special point you choose. Fills a 15-foot radius sphere. Duration, yeah. So it perfectly fills 5, 10, 15. It perfectly fills the 15 by 15 cell.
Well, so she would be right by the door. So would it go outside the door?
It does not.
Okay. So then she will keep it up, but can she see any shadows outside of the room?
The entire room is magically lit. So it's aside from under furniture and things like that, you could potentially create a shadow by lifting up a skeleton bone in the cell or something along those lines, but unless it's under something, there is no real shadows.
Is there a shadow from any of the other three?
Oh, a very tiny one right underneath their feet.
So I know because we only have a moment, she's going to attempt to use Shadow Step to get from her location to their location.
Oh.
There is no wording in Shadow Step about
Yeah.
it being magically blocked.
Yeah.
That is
So-
clever.
Yeah. So since this was just a generic magic barrier, I will say that you can do that.
Perfect.
Did you say can or can't?
Can't.
Awesome. Well, that's good to know.
Roll. I will need a perception check from the people that are not in the spell, though.
Okay.
Can you roll a dice for me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
my
can
dice back
just
out.
roll twice.
Okay.
So perception check.
Yep.
Okay, so you're 12.
Mm-hmm.
11.
I got 2. I don't notice.
15.
Cedar noticed that the color of one of the stones had actually changed when Dana went into the cell, but changed back when Dana shadow stepped out.
As in it lit up and then went dim again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you get the
Okay.
impression that these are not the true colors of the stones.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's all we got. See y'all next week.
Yeah,
Basically, yeah.
Thank you for tuning in tonight.
Yeah.
Fun.
So we will decipher this puzzle next, and we'll see you soon. I'll go ahead and end the stream. Thank you, everyone who joined us. All 6
See
of
you
you
next
who
time,
stayed.
guys.
Have a good one.